view it.
Because the internet, bruv.
I have data.
Oh, your data. Okay,
I'm trying to view the thing.
Why?
So I could see what it is that I'm being tagged and if it's something of life and death.
It's not. That's what it is.
Fire emojis is clearly life on that dog.
Yeah, you know
Dog,
the
let it go,
cloud
dog.
cloud currency. You know, I could be leveling up right now, updating my cloud interface.
Very, very important, bro. Trust in this day.
I like that he immediately knew. Wait now, here I tell my caught my strip in his head. Have to start talking spit. Have to start just pulling it out my ass.
It is what it is, you know.
Alright, ready. Let's get this done though. Let me do play so long though.
Stop talking. Though.
Wait,
Immediately starts to open a new app, a new tab.
I am closing all the other tabs so I can leave Google. I just closed 3. You know what, 3?
I don't know what. Tell me what.
Bro, stand your ground.
Don't back down.
Don't back down,
Don't
bro.
back down, honestly.
Stand your ground.
This is mine.
It's not much. You can keep it.
Snap.
Are you pressed?
Pressed. I've never been pressed a day in my life.
I've been pressed some days. I like to.
Depressed?
No, I don't know how to feel about depression. I don't know.
Sad.
Yeah, but
That
like,
was not funny. That was not.
It wasn't have to be that funny. It was funny
It's
enough.
not funny matter. It's not laughing.
no,
matter.
but like,
Hilarious to me,
dog.
actually.
To me, like, I was listening to some. I can't remember who it was. I was listening to a guy talk, and he was saying that
How
like
long you taking a good podcast? G?
depression.
Oh, it started?
Yeah,
Oh, we started.
Oh, we're live?
You're live.
We're live. Hello. I don't
Alright,
know how
so-
you like to start.
Well,
this.
it's a working vision.
I'm gonna come back
Vision
one sec.
Content Invasion and
Why did
today
you
I'm
wait
here with
until
my-
we are live to come back?
Wait, it started. Okay,
Yeah.
so what we should do? We should introduce ourselves.
Alright.
Yeah.
Boom. Nice, everybody. My name. Oh,
That's not how we start. That's not how we start.
okay, so. Alright, Joe Budden. Boom.
This episode is brought to you by
Sound check,
Squarespace.
mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
No, you're flicking. You're ridiculous.
It's a working vision, the Boat Vision coming to invasion, and today I'm here with my boys.
He's going to send me mad.
Actually, my intro when I used to perform.
I believe you. No, but I believe you too. I'd
That's
send him mad.
actually my intro.
Okay.
I will continue. I'm enjoying this, bro.
And today,
Must be nice.
they are here with me,
Mm.
right?
No, really, no. We really are honored. We really are honored.
Yeah. So on my left, I have my nearest and dearest friend.
Koyel? Because I don't like
Say
you.
your name. Say your name.
My name is Tariq Morel.
Right.
Hi guys, my name is Koyel Herbert.
And imagine Brian.
Brian is
Imagine
Brian
Brian.
left.
Yeah,
He's
Brian
coming
is
back.
coming back, right?
It's extremely unprofessional, bro. I'm sorry. We apologize.
Yeah.
Alright, so how was your day today, Sal?
My day was actually very, very eventful. But I'll hold on until Brian introduces himself.
Oh,
I introduce myself in my stream. You guys have to do it.
We
We
already
already
just
done our
did that, bro.
introductions.
and we wasted.
Whoa.
You were gone for like 2 hours.
Literally.
Honestly, we had a whole conversation about the philosophy of what it means to exist.
Yeah,
Facts.
this is a very
And
interesting.
we came to the conclusion that we all do exist. This is not real.
We can finish now then.
Yeah. Alright, guys, it was nice. See you all next week. Same time, same place. Like, share, and
You know,
subscribe.
I
to
actually
Campus Movie
don't like the simulation argument.
Really?
About
I find
philosophy.
it's very, very plausible.
I mean, it's plausible, but to me, it's boring. If like, so what?
What is the simulation argument?
The simulation argument postulates that we are all living in a simulation, and it's backed up by the possibility of we could be living in the simulation of a super advanced being or society, the same way that we could code a game where we have different artificial intelligences interacting,
Right.
and all of those and they're just interacting, and they themselves eventually interact and grow and develop in such a way that they could create some programs that have artificial intelligence that they themselves interact, that do the same thing, and so on and so on. And we could be in any one of those multitude of simulations. Who is to say that we are the original beings that are actually existing,
Exactly.
and we are not just programs in some little kid's Minecraft simulation? Think.
You ever see Ready Player One? It's a Ready Player One.
Or the Matrix.
Matrix.
I've seen the Matrix.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a very
like
similar
that.
one.
That's one movie we had in Africa.
And
For sure.
actually from Nigeria. And yeah, to me it's one of those boring arguments. So, like, to me it's like nothing changes to me today if I wake up and realize that I'm in a simulation.
Yeah, we had a conversation where me and you, where you were telling me that that I was saying that I don't want to like sell my information, and you were just like, at this point, there's no, they've already bought the information before you create it. Like the FBI guy already has it, and that's when I realized that you are fully. If they say, "Hey guys,
So
this
much.
was the simulation," you are heading that way, and I'm like, "Yo, now I'm heading that direction too."
To me, yeah, to me, those are different things. But yeah, to me, that's another one. People are like so like particular about protecting their information, right? So they put like stickers in their webcams and
Oh yeah.
Like this.
like you know that they really want. Yeah,
a
they
lot
want,
of people do that.
yeah, they don't want the government to see them, and that's like.
I never mind that. I was like,
Y'all
I'm just
have
gonna be
smartphones, guys.
playing video games.
Y'all live on the Snapstagrams and the tweet books, like they already know y'all. There's no hiding right now.
Indeed.
I don't know if you remember, like a while back, this was maybe 2-3 years back. The FBI was like, "Hey, we need access to all the iPhones," and you know, they were like, "Hey, no, y'all can't have access to the iPhones." And the FBI was like 2 days later, they were like, "Oh no, just by the way, we're asking for formality. We already have access to the iPhones."
Wait. So I think I remember a situation where there was this case where they needed to hack into somebody's iCloud.
Right, yeah.
Is that the same thing?
No, that is a legality matter. So it's very similar. So is it legal for somebody to have access to your iCloud if you have committed a murder?
Yeah.
Like that's what the question. So Koyal has murdered somebody. The evidence for that murder is on his iCloud. Am I allowed to go get that information?
Yeah.
If he's like, I have strong enough suspicions. Like, could I get a warrant to get into his phone? And like that's
What do you
like
think about that? You think that's?
I was reading somewhere about that that all the technologies that we have like in general like
Pause. You got a question?
What?
My question. If any of y'all could answer, do you think it's okay? Do you think it's moral for somebody if they commit a crime to hack into your information to solve the crime?
Yeah, the same way they could come to your house.
Right, that is the often the argument made, right? Like if I think you have evidence, like if I think you're a murderer, and I think the evidence for your murder is in your house, I can go to the police, and the police can get a warrant to search your house.
Okay.
And if you've done nothing wrong, then it's fine. They can search your house, yeah.
Okay.
And the same way shouldn't they have access to your phone, which is where most of our information truly is stored.
Yeah.
To find that, and it's like that's a pretty sound argument to me. That's a pretty sound argument to me.
I don't know.
I don't know that I agree on it. It's a sound argument.
I feel like it's almost the same thing because your phone has more of like your activities than your house if
Correct.
you check it.
No, correct.
Because your phone has a digital footprint and that's where your communication takes place. That's where your basically almost every other thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on your phone. So I feel like if they could have access to your house to do something like that, I feel like access to your phone is not far-fetched.
No, it's not a matter of far-fetched. Is it right?
Oh,
you personally, so I'm not asking to speak for all Nigeria.
Okay. Right. Everybody from Nigeria, this part is only right. So I personally feel like for my phone, I'll get them all the competition. But for everybody else's phone, I might be like, maybe that's not so bad, you know.
For everybody else.
That's such an
I'm just joking. I personally feel like phones are okay. This is a very, very touchy topic for me in terms of privacy and so on, right?
Put your hassle on your phone now.
Bro, you think, dog? You think this? I don't think privacy exists.
This is what I've been saying. Dog,
does not exist.
Privacy is such a myth.
Yeah,
Privacy post telephone age. Privacy has stopped existing. By the time we got the first set of smartphones and we started, and they have found a way to make us say, hey, we want you all talking about your lives. Please do it. And we're like, golly gee, I went to see Koyal today. I need the world to know. Golly gee, I'm having a burger. Golly gee, I'm just a vegan. Golly gee, like I just want to tell everybody everything. Yeah. It's like, how do we get people to tell us about it? How do we get all this information?
Since 1992.
Yeah, you compel them. Yeah, that's
when
right.
the first smartphone was made.
No, well, I'm not talking about when the phone was first made, but rather the popularization of them. So I'm talking when Steve Jobs did the thing. TM.
Yeah,
It's too late for that. I didn't hit record, but we're still live, so I'll have to rip the VOD from the internet, which is gonna take a lot longer.
No problem. That's fine. Seems like work for two.
That's probably like a warm up, I guess. Now that you press.
No, like
Wait, no, I didn't even bother to press
see
it.
us, but just like
Okay.
he wasn't himself recording, so they could rip the information straight from the VOD.
Yeah,
So,
so if I was
guys,
recording
this
it,
will
I'll just have it
be
on my computer one
edited from
time.
the clip.
Okay.
Oh, failure.
Yeah.
Alright, but anyway, boom. Hold on.
Alright, so boom.
This is all nice and good, but there's this pressing issue I feel like if a lot of people could relate to. Not really an issue, but a discussion I want, initiate. This discussion of purpose and, doing things like being lost. What you think? How do you think you find your purpose?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. What do you mean purpose?
Purpose. Okay, so let's define purpose. Okay, so for example, I have a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and a lot of people.
Do you? Must be nice.
Okay, I don't.
But I'm interested in what you think.
Yeah, and some people can don't get a reply.
When you talk about that.
Pause. Anyway, boom.
Big pause.
So yeah, I'm having a lot of conversations with a lot of people lately, and a lot of people seem to don't know what they want to do with their life, and a lot of people.
What do you think that is?
It has several reasons. What I could think of. It's not like one straight answer. So some people just now let me think about that, but let me just continue before I answer you, right?
Correct.
Okay, so boom. Most of the problem, people started like, I'm in university right now at NUE, and a lot of people are doing degrees that they don't necessarily they don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
A lot of people are pressured by their parents to do certain things. A lot of people are torn between doing one thing and then something else that's completely unrelated. What do you think? What advice, Tariq, do you have to somebody who's
Why? I mean, that's our salvation.
yeah?
First of all, I'm not smarter than you.
True, we're all equal levels of intelligence.
Right.
I don't know about that.
I think that
Equality
that is a very multi-faced conversation.
Faceted, yes.
Right, as you would, sorry for my English. English is my fourth language.
Whoa! Flex! Hello! Flex!
So if I do say the wrong word, I actually, mean the right word. Just imagine, right?
Wow.
I feel like that's another lot. If I say the wrong word, I meant the right word. Mind your business.
I don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
I think that with regards to like purpose and degrees and so on, right? It has a lot to do with
Purpose and degrees and so on.
right. It has a lot to do with like
That's right.
a lot of different factors, right? For example, one of the most important ones being if your parents, because your parents are more than likely the ones who take care of you, are responsible for you financially.
Right.
So they will have a lot of say in terms of your decisions and so on, career-wise, especially because they invest in you, right?
No, correct.
Right. So and it's something that, especially in an African household, I don't know if you'll
Right.
experience this way. You feel like obligated to
No,
have
it's
to
super
do what your
confusion.
parents want you to do academic-wise because you feel
Yeah.
like they've invested in you and you don't want to just throw that away now,
Yeah.
right? So you kind of like have to. Most times people try to find a compromise of, okay, let me just do this degree, give you a certificate, and then go and do my thing.
Yeah, that is a very common.
That's
narrative.
one aspect of it.
That is-
Next aspect is like in the
Aspect.
situation. Next
Go ahead, I'm just wrong.
next aspect of
I'm
it is
enough
a
on you,
situation
relax,
where
relax.
like Trinidad and Tobago education is free at the tertiary level, right? So you find out of like
Asterisk.
right now it's been revamped. It's been revamped, right?
Ah,
So you have a lot of influx of students coming in. Like let's say our program could only take 200 people, right?
Ah, boy, I'm personal. You coming in. Let's go.
Exactly. So now people who, let's say a population of 14,000 students come to UE every year. Medicine could take a number, let's say 200. Law could take like what, 200. Let's just give 200 for everything, right?
Okay.
But if you look at it like there's an influx of people trying to go through certain degrees, when there's so much other degrees that they could do without having to go through the whole fight down of like, okay, there's only 200 spots and there are 2,000 of us trying to get into this, right? And now most people that end up going into that, right, more than likely it's something that they want to do in these quote unquote prestige fields, right? But a lot of the cases you realize that most of them is what their parents want them to do.
Okay.
Which comes back to the first point I made of like your parents financially like sponsoring you, and it has that ripple effect of you now feeling like you have to satisfy them to a certain level, and you feel like, okay, I can compromise my education.
Okay, quick pause. So I think the 2 points you're making, I just want to be clear here. First point, pressure to make parents happy.
Right.
So want to do these things to make our parents happy, even if the things that we want to do are not the things that make us ourselves happy. First point, right? Second point being that there are an array of fields out there, but there are a limited number of slots.
Right.
despite the amount of people that want to do certain things.
Right.
And you think that contributes to people not doing what they want to do, or people being
Not
lost?
getting an opportunity to do what they want to do.
Okay, alright.
You see, okay, so my take on this entire thing is
And also school, before you say, school is a scam. But continue.
No, but correct.
school is a scam.
Mhm.
I wouldn't go as far to say that. I would say, my goodness, my manners. I'm sorry. Alright, boom. Yeah.
I would hate if my phone beeped now. No, that would really bother
You
me.
don't have an iPhone. it's
No,
not
I turn off notifications immediately. As soon as I get any new app, that's the first thing I do.
Same.
I go immediately in the app notification. Flip. Oh.
I can't do that.
Oh, no, you can.
I know. Like, no.
It's
Like,
right
yeah,
there.
my business
It's
and
a
the way how my
business.
business
No,
works.
What is your business?
I have a clothing company.
A clothing.
Yes, a clothing
this?
company. Yeah, done
Alright.
worldwide. Yeah, so
I'm sure you've
I
seen that before.
I think I have.
probably
Crystal has one also.
yeah. So
That's
Shout
done.
out
what
Crystal.
Oh, Crystal.
That's how I don't even know which Chris you're talking about.
Liquor.
Crystal is a celebrity. Wow.
Yeah,
But yeah, back to what we were talking about before we get sidetracked again.
You done?
Oh, what was the initial? What did you ask me?
I didn't ask anything. You
No. I remember. We were talking about school as a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, it depends on what field you want to get into.
Scam
Okay,
in
okay.
all fields.
Let me say what I mean
Okay.
by school is a scam, right?
Alright, go ahead.
The
Hashtag Salvation hates schools. Hashtag.
No. I actually am the open. I love school.
You love school?
You're just gonna
I actually love
lie
school.
right here, right here.
Until university,
Okay, fair.
right? I actually love school until I did everything I can on school in school when I was. But I mean, school is a scam in the sense of for me, the purpose of school and what school actually is. By school, I'm talking about university,
Okay,
right?
let's use that word then.
Yeah, university is a scam. That's what I meant.
Right.
So the purpose of what universities should be versus what it actually is, they are two different things.
The purpose.
And so I feel like it's supposed to be an education institution, and now it's a business, and that's why it's a scam. Now, don't tell me a dream of I'm coming to get an education when I know that for sure that's nothing to do with me getting an education. It's just you running numbers,
Okay.
and that's
How
what
do you
that-
reconcile that with us having gate? Because you and I don't pay for this education.
I don't have gate. I have a waiver though.
Fair
My dad's hard
so
work
you
pays
just-
for that.
enough. Alright, so boom. Let me tell you why I don't think school is a scam. For certain okay, so it depends on the field. I think certain fields you don't necessarily need to go to school for. For example, I feel like if you want to get into entrepreneurship, the best route for me is diving straight into it,
True.
getting a mentor, somebody who's already established in whatever field you want to get into, and learning directly from them.
Standard stuff,
Reading.
yeah.
Reading a lot on educating yourself actively. So again, probably getting a job in the field related to what you're trying to. So you could, and I recommend getting into a small business because in a bigger established institution, you're not
Just a cog
necessarily.
You're just a cog in the machine.
Yeah,
right?
you're just a cog in the machine, yeah, and you're just part of the entire, the machine basically. When you're in a smaller business, you get to see things firsthand and understand and deal with individuals and build relationships with the people at the top as well, and you actually get to see the dream for what it is now, boy. So in entrepreneurship, I think it's a different route, but you see things like if you want to be a doctor, if you want to get into probably engineering, of course you could still go the mentoring route or by yourself route. But for me, I feel in this society,
What is
people,
this society?
the society we live in, like the standards, the status quo, I believe like people like
Wait, just quick pause.
Okay.
This society, Trinidad,
I think Western society.
Western society,
And
in
yeah,
general.
I can't say generally, yes, generally speaking, I
Not
think
every case, but generally.
Bold
what that
statements being
yeah.
made.
no yeah, you can fact check me again. I don't know everything, I'm learning as well.
Right.
So this is in my opinion.
Being salvation.
Well, yeah, sure. Just making it clear, dude. This is not fact. This is my opinion. But yeah. So generally speaking, I feel like if people like certification, it just gives them that. If you go to a doctor without a certificate, how do you feel? You won't feel as secure, or what were they looking for?
Comfortable.
Yeah, you won't feel as comfortable now. So
Trevor
going
says,
through
believe
the
in
my
doctors.
arthritis.
yeah, but Trevor
I
says
don't believe in
isn't.
doctors. I think that doctors are scams.
Doctors are scam too?
Yeah.
How?
Okay, let me tell you why doctors are
Tell if
scam.
he's playing it.
Yeah, I honestly
Tell
don't
if
know.
he's playing it.
Yeah.
I said,
For the
wait
purpose
a
of
second.
discussion, we can't all agree on the same thing.
Don't shut up, we are actually already discussing.
Okay.
What?
Right, so let me
This
tell you
nigga
why I
is just
think
trying
that.
to
No,
be.
stop
This
talking.
man is just trifling for trifling's sake, dog.
I said,
What?
you know, my soul felt it. My soul felt it. I was like, this something's wrong here.
So this is why I think doctors
Stop
are scam.
talking, please.
I actually have a valid point.
I'm sure you think you do.
Wait, let me hear it. Let me hear
No!
it. Why? What? I want to know what I'm signing up for. I'll learn my lesson after this. Let me hear why you think
Alright.
doctors are.
Alright, I simply believe that doctors are scam because
I want to go home.
I'm not gonna actually say there's nothing to say.
Dog, you just.
Do you understand?
Just,
I want to
Okay,
say,
I
but
understand
like,
now.
I feel
Thank
like,
you.
I feel like
No, go ahead. No,
it-
go
it
ahead.
do make
No,
sense.
don't let me hit you. Don't let me hit you. I didn't mean. No, I really didn't mean to hamstring
No,
you.
I'm feeling, I'm feeling.
No,
threatened.
listen. Express yourself.
Yeah, I want to know.
sorry.
We're
I'm
done
so
here.
sorry for encroaching on your opinions
Right,
and your
so I
actual
think
points.
that doctors are a scam
Right.
because I have a lot of, and this is from my experience with being around a lot of doctors, right?
Right. Okay. What is a
Where-
lot?
A lot meaning that like sweat, weekends, extracurricular activities surrounded by doctors,
Okay, understood.
right? Professional doctors, whatever, right?
Gucci, I
And
didn't realize.
It's Gucci.
Go ahead.
as I was saying, right? I feel like okay, so it being a scam does not negate its irrelevance and its importance, right? Right?
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Quick
hold on.
pause.
That's
Quick pause.
We're not answering.
What do you mean?
Oh, this is the root.
What does scam mean to you when you use it?
Because okay, the way the way medicine has been marketed to students and to institutions, right?
So we're going on the conspiracy route, basically. That basically we get into the whole pharmaceutical thing, saying that this is basically to kill off the
Satisfy.
population.
Nah,
and
nah, I'm
we
not
ain't
trying to be
going there.
Thanos.
We ain't going there.
I'm trying to be Thanos. I'm trying to be Thanos. What I was going to say was that the way, like, okay,
Mind if I borrow this?
medicine, engineering, and law have been branded and marketed to the educational
But you're
institutes,
talking specifically about why doctors are.
right? Doctors, by extension, lawyers and engineers.
By extension, lawyers.
You mean so like a PhD
scam,
is
so
a
scam.
scam?
No, I'm talking about the
So,
traditional professions.
scam.
So you mean
a
like-
dishonest scheme, a fraud? No,
Right.
I would like you to stick to your very specific point.
Yeah, we
Which
kind
is
of
Why are doctors a scam?
We're talking about medical doctors.
Correct.
Right.
No, correct.
Okay.
So doctors are a scam because the word scam means
A dishonest scheme, semicolon, a fraud, and a noun.
right.
So this
right.
salmon,
Right,
what
so
the
because
hell?
simply because doctors go on on intelligent assumptions.
What do you mean?
So a doctor would make a analysis. Okay, this is what I think. This is what I think. This is what I think. What I think
Versus.
versus nobody could never really know.
So why does that make it? Wait, but
Right,
let's do
so
it.
this is what
no,
makes it a
pause,
scam.
pause. Let's do this. We done here.
Right.
What are they supposed to do?
We'll carry.
Right. So I feel like if you are a doctor, you should.
What do you wait? Let's actually backpack and fact check that statement. You think doctors just go, I think, therefore it is?
Yeah.
Doctors perform tests on people
Right.
to confirm or deny. Or what's the word? Let's go
Deny?
just confirm or to prove or disprove the
Yeah,
thing they
disprove or
think.
disprove is better.
Right.
Right? So doctors don't just go, I think. Doctors perform tests. Doctors are themselves scientists.
Okay, I agree.
Therefore, your statement isn't valid.
Yeah, they can't be a
Okay,
scam.
my statement is invalid. Let's move on.
So,
Wow.
doctors still a scam?
Lesser magnitude, but
No,
So
I
what-
feel
no.
like if you approach the argument differently, you could kind of prove your point.
no,
Yeah.
I do have something to say, but I feel like I'm not
No,
articulating myself
Well,
properly.
no, take your time, please.
Okay. Let's get back to this after now. Let
Why?
me
No,
think
what?
about
No,
it.
no.
Let me think about
You
it.
have time. Articulate your thoughts.
Okay, this is what I meant by scam, right? And
Honest. Do you understand, Brian?
can I speak?
I see what I've signed up for now.
Go on.
Right. So what I meant by doctors, I feel like doctors are a scam, right? And let me,
Go ahead.
right? Simply being that I feel like relating it back to the topic we're talking about, which is school being a scam, right? I'm explaining what I said. Right? Is that I feel like certain degrees are being marketed in such a way that Are you uncomfortable?
Yes,
this is going
go ahead.
good.
What is making you uncomfortable?
You go ahead.
Alright, so I feel like certain degrees are being marketed a certain way, and then the amount of opportunities in those fields are limited, right? Knowing very well that, okay, this is so, like, this could only take 200 people. However, people still, like, put emphasis and put, like, relevance on these, and
What's that?
right?
Are you saying that the job market is saturated, or that the opportunities to get into the field, to be educated, to get into the job market is limited, and that the desire is saturated? So it's like too many people don't want to get into it. Too many people want to get into it. There are 5 spots and there are 200 people trying to get into 5 spots. That's what you're saying?
I feel like if that's the case with any field, and
Yeah, but
it's up to the
how does this lead
individual.
into doctors?
No,
being a
you
scam?
have to let him get there.
No,
Right.
in
so,
most fields though, okay, so this is the problem I have, right? Everybody, and this is why I don't think this is a problem. You're not entitled to anything, in all honesty, and
Facts.
just because
nobody owes you anything.
nobody owes you anything, right?
Right.
If you choose,
Go ahead.
let's not do that now. Well, we could
What
get
was
into
that?
that. We could get into that.
You just said poverty is a choice?
Poverty is a.
What do you mean by that? What is a choice?
Dog, why? Because we literally can't. Can we stay on one thought?
Dog.
And when we completely thought,
Carib says.
You know what?
Carib says. I mean, there's some shitty doctors that wouldn't go the
This
extra
is my
miles
fault.
for patients,
I should
then
not have
misdiagnose
brought-
them.
I should
Say
not
that
have
again?
brought salvation here.
Carib man says, the man in chat, he says, I mean, it probably have some shitty doctors that wouldn't go the extra mile for their patients and misdiagnose them.
yeah.
He's trying to give you an argument.
Don't do that. Don't.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a troll?
Okay, yeah. I think we should.
But like, that's not even
we
the
should
direction
close
I
that
would have
discussion.
gone.
We should close
Alright,
that
okay,
discussion.
alright,
That was
no,
for
but
the
like-
sake of
no, but like-
discussion.
That was you being
And
devil's
it
advocate.
right?
And listen to me, the next time I'm going to take your anxiety sky high. I'm not going through this with you.
Alright.
I'm not going through this with you.
Moving on.
Poverty is a choice.
Explain what you mean by that.
All right.
So, Kyle, you believe poverty is a choice?
No, I
It's
don't.
like slavery was a choice?
No, I don't think it's that black
So
and
what do
white.
you- so what do
And
you- so
that's,
you're trying to
that's
say?
what I'm going to do. I'm going
You're
to
trying to say
explain
disenfranchisement
myself.
people, they chose
No, I'm
that,
not,
they
I'm
wanted
not.
to suffer.
No, they don't want to suffer. Nobody wants to suffer.
Really?
No, I don't think.
So what
Well,
about
actually,
masochism?
no. I think people.
So you're just gonna
Can you get a chance to speak?
I don't think I want to give somebody that is bigoted and disgusting a chance to speak.
It's okay if you whitewash my if you paint my entire demeanor as bigoted and based on that statement without me getting chance to speak, then that says a lot about you.
No correct. T.
With that being said, please explain yourself.
All right.
Why people hate that?
That's playing. I'm young.
Yeah.
Tweakers looking red.
Nah, I don't like you.
You like me?
You're light skin colonizer.
Alright, so boom. Poverty is a choice. I don't think poverty is a okay. So let me explain what that statement means. Alright, so let me say where it comes from.
Let's do a little talk back. So a while back,
Yeah.
Coyle tweeted.
Coyle was
Bored.
let's do okay.
Wasn't bored.
Coyle was one of those people who like to be on the internet and just light fires. Just like
Wow.
to
Nah,
he
that
just-
used to happen.
he just like no, just
go,
no,
go,
no,
go,
no,
go,
no,
go,
just
yeah,
be
yeah,
on the
yeah.
internet and just like say wild things to instigate just ferocious conversation that not even with discussions, people saying, dog, you're wrong, you're doing so and so, da, da, da. So bit by bit, he started to ebb away from that and go to more the route of discussions and so on. He started to read a little bit more. And there was a time he was reading, I think it had to be Think and Grow Rich, yeah?
Indeed.
Had to be Think and Grow Rich.
Yes. Sir.
Every like this you will know somebody who's read Think and Grow Rich. They come away with some philosophies, right? And there are people who come away with the philosophy of poverty as a choice, because one of the founding principles of Think and Grow Rich is that you become what you manifest, like what you think about constantly, what you constantly put energy into is what manifests itself. And so one of the ugly statements that comes out of that thinking is that people who are poor choose to be poor.
No.
Because I'm not saying that's what you're saying.
Okay,
I'm just
no,
saying
fair
that
enough,
this is
fair
just one of the ugly statements that are born of it, because
Yeah.
we do have control of our lives, right? We do have control over the individual decisions we make, and can capitalize on the circumstances that we encounter. So that there's a narrative that comes from it where people who have succeeded, or people that are in the process of achieving that success, despite other people around them not achieving it, have the idea of like, oh, well, if I can do it, and if these people have done it, why can't the rest of you all do it? The rest of you are obviously not doing it because you don't want to do it. You'll choose to suffer like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so let me elaborate. Okay, so basically that what he's talking about is that he just explained it was a tweet. It was taken it was taken out of it was me. I didn't honestly in all like looking back at it now, I clearly did not articulate myself properly because nobody wants to be poor. Nobody chooses to be poor. What I'm saying is that
Let me pull up the actual tweet.
I don't.
No, it's okay.
That's
No,
I
it's
okay. It was a
tweet
question more than a
a lot.
statement.
It was
It was more of a
It was
question.
it was honestly me. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So you know how sometimes you're reading or something, or you're on I don't know you're on a YouTube watching a podcast and you get this idea and you just randomly I don't know if everybody does that, but you tweet something based on what you just saw. So basically I was reading and that was what happened. So basically this is what I'm trying to say. Well, in essence, nobody obviously there are a lot of factors to poverty, obviously, right? But I feel as if it's not how do I want to no, I know. I'm trying to articulate myself so I could be very clear. Let me retract the statement. Poverty is obviously not a choice, right?
Okay,
But remain okay. All right, yes. Poverty is obviously not.
I was so wrong.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm going to read this tweet.
Okay.
Here's the actual tweet. In all honesty, ellipsis. Poverty is more mentality than anything else.
Yeah. So yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I said. Poverty is more mentality than everything else.
And they are you can't neglect this part. There are obviously other factors that contribute to poverty, but in the end, it mostly boils down to the individual's willpower /
Yes.
which gives it a little bit more weight.
So let me read it to us in case you're listening. This
Yeah.
is my tweet. This is me.
Right.
This was tweeted on the 21st of January 2019 at 10:53 p.m. In all honesty, poverty is more a mentality than anything else. There are obviously other factors that contribute to poverty, but in the end, it mostly boils down to the individual's willpower / mindset. It's sparked a big debate.
Oh my
A
god.
very
No,
much
no,
needed.
So
much needed
I have
conversation.
a question. Is that a mindset you still hold?
To an extent, yes.
No, okay.
Ask the questions.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah. That's not hold on.
Look at this.
So do you
It's
think
sorted.
the individual, can you come off the phone?
No.
Yeah.
I know why I'm doing this. Go ahead.
Can you come off the? So do you think the weight of the individual,
I'm
the
listening.
weight of an individual decisions, is more effective than the weight of a set of systems working against an individual?
Yeah, there are obviously systems working against people.
So but that's the only question. Do you think the
It all depends on how you look at it, and that is
I disagree largely.
okay. It's okay to disagree.
Okay, like
And
I
this
feel
is
like
my
both of
hold
you
on.
want to present a
Yeah, and
case
this is
why
what I'm
you
saying.
argue
This
why
is
you disagree.
it's okay to disagree. Disagreeing is
Of course.
disagreeing is part of it. You don't have to. At the end of the discussion, people might still disagree with me, and that's okay. We're all entitled to our opinions.
No, for sure.
And it is what it is. But basically, what I'm trying to say is there are obviously factors and things at play that are bigger than us, but it's up to the individual to decide if you want to let this situation control you and control you and how you approach dealing with it. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you understand, so let's talk about school, right? Let's take I'm trying to break it down in a way that everybody could relate to. If you're talking about you're in university and you're trying to pass yeah, you're in university and you're in this class and your lecturer obviously does not like you or has a bias against you.
Okay.
How do you suppose you go about dealing with that situation? Do you sit down and you complain, or you try to figure a solution to get around the system?
Either or.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. So my lecturer doesn't like me. It depends. how.
Okay, so thank you. That's it. It's not really your. That is how, and that is my opinion. I think that should not be your concern. Your concern should not be on.
All right. So now I hear that.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's sort of a simple situation of, hey, my lecturer does not like me.
This is just me breaking it down into.
Yeah, no,
but
I'm going using that stemming
yeah.
from that. A lecturer does not like you, right? I've been there. Lecturer doesn't like you. a lecturer doesn't like you, and my perspective is like, hey, that's not my concern. But it can be a huge concern if the lecturer doesn't like you, translates into them marking your papers harder than the rest of them.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
It can translate into your concern if you are getting unfairly handled because of the way the lecturer is dealing with the situation for you.
Indeed.
And now, of course, like you can say, well, you just need to try harder. Like, you just need to do better. You just need to find a way to da. And it's
That's
like,
what I'm saying though.
no, right. No, I'm just saying that this is an easy conversation that could come from it, right? Like,
Okay, yeah.
like you just need to do better. And it's like there could very easily be a situation where your lecturer not liking you is the sole reason you're not passing this course.
It could be.
Right?
Indeed. So, but this is how and this is just how I am programmed myself, and this is where, so to give you all a kind of understanding into the way how I view things, I try not to focus my attention on the problem, but on the solution.
Correct. Right.
And that's
Firmly agree.
yeah, so
Firmly agree.
that seeps into every aspect of my life and how I view situations. So that gives you a clearer understanding. Basically, what I'm saying. Okay, so the lecturer is marking you down. You have no control over that. What do you do?
So you can try to find many solutions to this problem, right?
Okay.
You can do something like go to somebody higher up.
All right.
Right, you can try to. There are things a person can employ
Yes.
to try and circumnavigate the situation.
All right,
You're
and
correct.
that is the point. That is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is, instead of complaining about the situation you're in, even though I'm not saying it's your fault that you're there, right? It's not your fault. You have no control over as to
Right.
how somebody treats you.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
no control. But the way how you deal with the situation is how you is your
Yeah.
responsibility to deal with it in
So
a certain way.
I can definitely agree with that, right? I definitely.
I feel like there
you
are
will-
points to take from both of what you all are saying.
Yeah, but I really need to drive home this point.
Okay.
When there are larger systems at play,
Yeah.
there's very often. So like there are 2 points that I really want to drive home. And I hadn't mentioned this one first. First one is that that there are times when there's a larger system at play that is working so heavily against you that sure it is.
Give me an example.
Your lecturer doesn't like you. Your lecturer doesn't like you. No, just let me get there. Let me
Okay,
get there.
yeah.
Your lecturer doesn't like you. You go but the lecturer is the dean of your department. So you try to go have higher up, and the lecturer is the dean, and it's like dire pegs in terms of the difficulty, and in terms of like. You try to go higher up, you're trying to find more solutions, and the kind of energy it takes to solve this problem makes it a problem that is very difficult to solve. And
Yeah.
Just wait. And it's not that it's unsolvable, because very few problems are actually unsolvable, but the kind of emotional and cognitive labor it's going to take will detract from every other aspect of your life.
That's
in
a
such
different
way-
that's a different discussion.
No. I think it's integral to the discussion. Actually, I think it's fundamental to the discussion. I think that everybody assumes, everybody likes to think that we all have the same amount of emotional and cognitive labor to spend on solving a problem, and not every problem.
That's exactly what I was thinking about too.
And not every problem has the same weight to everybody, right? Like me failing this one course may not matter to me because I might have the money to pay and do it over, or like I don't really care about this degree, or I know somebody higher up that can do something. But like to somebody who does not have the circumstances, like let's say they are paying to do this, mommy's sick. There's nothing else for them. They have to go and work when they finish this course. They don't have time to run up and follow up on 1,000 emails, right? They don't have
Okay.
those things, right? They don't have the time to solve this problem the way this problem needs to be solved.
Okay.
And then there's another aspect of not every person has access to the kinds of tools or knows that they have access to the kind of tools necessary to solve these problems.
See what this
Right?
man said?
So like I think that's a super important one to like.
Let me
see.
Count rounds on the test paper and hand it to them. That should increase my
No, boom.
So like okay, so like how we like to say that there's in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. So if you've ever heard that, but that's like a big one that people like to talk about. And it's like a person may not necessarily know that they have these tools available to them. Like a person just may not know. Nobody has told them. They've tried to do a little research and nobody gave them the tools. And it's sure like it's out there,
Yes,
but they don't have the
indeed.
tools. right? They don't know, and they can't know, so they don't even understand this is a problem that is solvable. I think those two factors matter in terms of if there are systems working against you and you're not in a position where you're privileged enough to have the tools to know that you can work against the system, you are going to suffer the consequences of this despite wanting to succeed.
I want to hear what he has to say.
I'm sorry, yeah? You'll get to talk.
I didn't really have anything planned, but you go ahead.
Alright, yeah. So basically that last point in were you talking about, what was he exactly? A person not knowing, not having they're not knowing at all.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the general case? Because listen to this, right?
Yes,
You think that's the general
case? No,
case?
I know,
Okay.
yes, and I say it's the general case because I think everybody can't, not everybody. I think there's a lot of people in the, let's call it middle class, who generally have the tools, but they don't know that they have them.
Okay.
Alright? They don't know. So, you know, so like if we're extending this lecture, man.
Yeah.
In UE, for instance, if you fail a course by a certain percentage, you can get an oral exam to do it over.
Okay.
Right? Lots of people don't know that.
That is true.
Nobody has told them that. It's not just like there in your academic advisory sheet. It's just not there. It's somebody has likely experienced it, has told you by word of mouth, but you didn't know that.
Okay.
And that's a difficult thing to just know, because are you just going to ask? That's a difficult thing to specifically ask for, right?
Okay.
And it's like, this is a person who was trying their hardest, they failed the course or whatever, and they didn't get the information.
All right. Now let me stop you there. And this is the difference between my thinking and I'm not trying to say, obviously, I'm not trying to say that my level of my thinking is any better than anything, right? This is just how I view things, right? When the desire for something is there,
you'll find a way.
You'll find a way.
And I listen, and I don't want to disagree. Sure.
I want to say something.
Don't want to stop. Yeah, just wanna you get this in. I so agree. Like, I think you and I have very similar mindsets when it comes to solving problems. Because anybody who knows me and you know me is like, I firmly believe there's a way. Right?
Yeah.
I have $6 in my pocket. I gotta go to Suriname. I'm going to find a way.
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
Has to happen. I don't think though that your sentence, poverty is more a mentality than anything else.
No. I started off by
think-
saying that. Okay, no.
No, I asked you if you're
I'm retracting. No. And I said looking back at it now, I could have articulated myself a lot better.
Right. No, but
right?
when I asked you that just now, when I asked you, like,
Okay.
Malta, you
Yeah.
said, I agree with it to an extent.
Yes.
And I don't like so like, poverty is in itself, like, I think that it is a mentality. Like, that is definitely like how being downtrodden is a mentality. Right?
Okay,
Yeah?
so let me bring in a different
And he has something to say. I just want
Sal, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Before I even had something to say, I wanted to hear him first.
Okay.
Okay, when it comes to like poverty, right? There's a lot of factors in play.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because like
That was what I was gonna say.
More than Dum we could ever.
a lot of things, like I was thinking about it. Being rich is almost like a curse in a lot of in a lot of senses.
Hot takes.
hot takes.
I try to understand. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you and I.
Okay, maybe not a curse is the best word, but it's not what everybody no.
It has its downside.
It definitely has its downside.
Okay.
Go on.
You have first of all, the reason you're rich is probably because you're working real hard. So you can't even find time to spend your riches.
Or you're born into it.
That is debatable. That's
Big
very
debatable.
Okay, let's say you're born
There are
into
lots of
it.
people
Right.
born
If you
into
are
wealth.
born into wealth doesn't mean anything to you.
Correct.
Because
I-
you live
No, but no,
it.
like,
you don't
you
even know
don't
what it is
value
like
wealth
to
if you're
struggle.
born into it.
Exactly.
Right.
It depends. I kind of I agree to, and I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like if you instill the
Ooh.
correct values and morals in you, and like you
In a
see,
person.
not any person, but like okay, the way how you look at things, the way how you look at wealth, I feel like if
Quick pause.
yeah,
How far are we going to stray with this dialogue?
that's true.
How
You-
far?
we-
are we-
Stop. Continue.
Just bring it back
Sorry,
to something
yeah,
else.
Let me
yeah,
segue that into like something else.
No, we
right?
don't want to segue. We don't want to segue. That's exactly what we don't want to do.
Right, we're gonna segue.
That's it. No. Your man, pause.
Okay, but like in terms
So
of
we want to
What I
talk
was
about.
going to say, was that the whole mentality of if you like something enough, you would find a way, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like no, okay. Anybody who's been around Nigerians or knows like spend time with Nigerians, so that there's a saying that goes that once there's life, there's will.
Correct.
For like that's something that Nigerians live
Yeah.
by to the T.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can lose everything today, tomorrow, start over. Once they're alive, they would build it back up,
Right.
right? And something that I've been realizing over time is that like, okay, if you really being honest with yourself, right, with enough time, you could do anything with enough time, right? However, at what cost would it come to like spend 100 years to build this back versus spending 10 years to make something else?
Okay.
Meaning that like once there's will there's okay, like you want to do something, no matter what it is, if you spend enough time at it, you will get
Right,
it.
right. Yeah.
Some people it might take them 5, some people it might take them 100, right?
It's just
Now,
what is
thing
the
that,
value of
right
everything?
now once you've spent those 100 years and now you're 100 years later and you're like, okay, I've spent so much time in this to get this thing when I could have spent less time to get something else or to focus in a different direction, right? To attain something probably equal or of a different
Right.
value or whatever to you, right? And I say that to say this, right? A lot of the time, again, this is not me trying to bring it back to the whole school talk, but it's like the whole concept of like certain parents instilling like, okay, you have to go to medical school, for example, which is a very common thing, right?
Come on.
So you will see people who go to
For
N1,
professions,
who go to
doctor,
who do Form 6,
engineering, lawyer,
who do Form 6, literally. You do Form 6, you didn't get through any of those degrees, you do N1 twice, you go to pre-med, you do this, you do
Just
like...
at the man of Jesus.
I'm not even talking about anyone.
Particular there, boy. Wow.
I don't know what I'm talking about. If I wanted to add somebody, I would have called the name of the time, right? But what I'm trying to say is that like at the end of the day, like yes, like there's a desire to do something is a very, very important aspect of the process of attaining something, but it's not the only important element.
All right, quick pause. Right, so very vital, super solid point. I think that's important to take home.
And I close it there.
So you're closing there?
Yeah.
All right, good. So you were talking.
I was gonna talk about the culture of poverty. You could fact check me. I can't remember the actual study.
Right.
There's a study where big up Mr. Chinopu dog. Boy, Chinopu, boy, you's a flipping genius, boy, I must say. Now that was my sociology. My sociology lessons.
Of course.
Feature name in Form 6. Oh yeah, so I was going to talk about the culture of poverty, and this basically talks about the mentality of certain people who live in impoverished areas, how they basically perpetuate and they encourage each other
Vicious cycle.
Yes.
So now,
in
great.
essence.
No, but I firmly agree. So like, I think that's a super important point.
Yes.
I think, but that is that is not the individual being.
No, but it does come back to it saying that poverty is literally a mentality.
Yeah. So yeah, right. And I think that's that's important to think. Poverty is a mentality. I don't think I disagree with you there.
Yeah.
I think that it's also a system working to perpetuate mentalities.
I wouldn't go as far.
You
Alright.
wouldn't go.
I would no. I wouldn't say no. You didn't let me finish. You wouldn't let me finish. Basically, no. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to disagree with you there. But this is where the debate really starts. I don't disagree with you there. There is probably a system.
You know the system, capitalism.
You want to get into that? No. You want to get into that?
know the system.
No, capitalism. Okay, so, well, I know you're kind of, I wouldn't say left, but more liberal in thinking.
Sure.
Yeah, liberal thing. Anyway, we won't get into that now. No. There's a difference between left and liberal, in my opinion. Left is more extreme. And I have a problem with extremism.
And liberal as well.
Liberal is more...
Creatives.
he's utilizing his strategy he was talking about last night. Reality fair thing. Yeah, liberal is more in the middle. So liberal isn't like...
Speak on that tonight.
Is free, is more freedom in thought and like okay, so left is you. If you don't agree with me, this is how I look at it. If you don't agree with me, to hell with you. Right, extreme right. If you don't agree with me, to hell with you. Conservative, we could reach a balance. Liberal, we could reach something. So to me, left and the right, those are the two extremes, and conservative is closer to the right, but it's more open to other thoughts, and liberal in thinking is more open to other thoughts, and that's just how I view the spectrum. People might see it differently. That's just me explaining myself.
Okay. This is getting back to poverty as a mentality.
No, this was he was this came capitalism, and I was and this is where Tariq was talking about. He was saying capitalism is the system, and I was saying I know because you're more liberal or left in thinking. So that is a common that's more as a common philosophy of the liberal left. That capitalism is the big system. Liberal left. Well, liberal / left. Remember they? Okay, so
what are these terms like?
okay. You want Google it fast. Get them on fact check.
Fine.
So this is
Let's
okay.
go.
We won't get into that. We won't get into that. Yeah, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
Capitalism.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Capitalism, an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are
Yeah,
controlled by
we're not doing that. We're not doing
No,
that. We're not
I
doing
will
that.
never do this topic because I am not well ready now.
I agree.
To be
I agree. Let's
Like,
move on to
okay.
the next
On
topic.
the-
I wanna
Let's
ask
not
a
do-
question.
I'll call my woman and say, hey, listen, you do this, you do sociology.
Let's
and
not
that
do-
kind of
we
thing.
skip
Hear this,
this.
alright? I want to ask a question, right? My sister actually brought up something today I found very interesting, right?
So there's an interesting one.
She mentioned that the whole world has become so focused on money and power. Like we're talking about going to school and stuff. Everything. The reason like people might not even know what they want to do is because the reason that they're thinking, I need to find a way to make money.
Correct.
You know, they can't think any other way because that's not what is bred in this world, right?
Right.
So it
Well, no,
limits
my
you
answer to it.
on many different spectrums.
But okay, so you need money.
Yeah, but that's what the world has become.
Like, okay, I feel like
What is the solution to that problem in your opinion?
I was not gonna ask that, okay,
Solution.
so
I mean,
how-
like,
how do we in a world where you literally need money to do almost anything? how-
Is the solution socialism? Let's get it one time.
socialism.
Again,
I love it though. I love it though. I love it though.
Capitalism is the devil's system and it's meant to disenfranchise and abuse the masses.
If you look at it like that, I don't look at it like that. Let me tell you how I look at
I don't
capitalism.
know the solution.
I am both making that as a joke and a serious thing.
No, I know that. No, I know that.
At me.
I know that. So let me tell you why I think.
No!
No, but I'm not
We're
even.
skipping,
We're not debating. Let me just say this. Let me just say this because he put a thought out there. I want
No,
to put a
correct.
thought
No,
out
no,
there
you
too.
should. You should.
All right.
Thank you,
So,
Richard.
let me tell you.
What's my brain?
You're bringing it up.
Come on.
So to me, capitalism is freedom. Let me tell you why.
Whoa.
Because no, let me.
I love
Hot
it.
take,
I love
hot
it.
take,
I
hot
love it. I love it.
That's
but
all.
but I agree. Go ahead.
No, let me tell you why.
I can understand where he's going.
You have the choice to support a company.
Right?
If you choose not to
I
support
want to say
that,
something after.
oh,
Let's see where we're
all
going.
right. If
Okay.
you choose not to support that company, that is your choice.
Is that not
You
where
know-
we were going?
No,
No,
listen.
I know. I understand where he's going. Just
Yeah. In doing that, if everybody chooses to support one company, that is their choice and that's the freedom. If you want, if you think that this company is oppressing you, or no, no, you see, all the.
But I'm not going to speak. I'm leaving this alone.
Alright, no, yeah.
Okay.
So
Hot takes.
it's not as black and white as this. It's very nuanced. I learned that word last night.
And he used like
But
99
I'm
times.
so-
No, because I'm
I mean, you gotta
practicing.
practice, G. You
I'm
gotta
practicing.
practice. That's
You
how the vocabulary
understand?
expands,
Yeah.
Come on.
So it's not as black and white as I just use the word again. Big up Tariq and big up Sal for taking the time to explain what it meant to me. But yeah. So in
have
my
a choice.
opinion, if you want to support something, and you think, and if you think that this company or whoever is doing
I cannot take this.
is doing all this evil, choose not to do it. Choose
Right.
not to support them,
Okay.
and that is your freedom. In
Right.
if you the problem. Well,
Just leave the thought. Just leave the thought.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
just
so
leave the thought.
what I was going to say is that, like, okay, a lot, and I kind of need to say, give this some
shims, I know my
preface or
phone.
whatever the word is, right?
Context, preface, sure.
Right.
All that.
I feel like the whole idea of choice, like, it's not an absolute thing where
Yeah,
like
of choice.
you
Oh,
always
yeah,
do
that's
have
all.
a choice, but do you really have a choice if the system is okay in a system where capitalism rules the world, right? Do you have a choice?
Again, we're not having a discussion, so you need to make
Whoa.
sure to leave a
Right.
thought.
Right. So, in a system where we live in a capitalist system,
We do.
Okay.
do you really have a choice? You
Trinidad,
can't exist.
Yeah.
In the Western world, in the
Yes.
majority.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Coming
All these
from
things, all
Nigeria
these
is
things.
Nigeria is a very conservative country.
Conservative.
Africa on the whole is
Conservative.
still
No, but
What do you mean when you say?
trying to relate one and two.
right. Whatever. What I'm trying to say is that right in a system where
Straight saying scrap that sentence. new
Okay,
sentence.
scratch. All right.
let's
Cool,
not
cool,
get
cool,
carried
cool,
away,
cool,
right?
cool.
The point is, what I was going to say was that in a system where capitalism is the order of the day, right? You as an individual do have a choice. However, you can't exist as a system independently on your own. Out of the system, that is the order of the day, which is capitalism. Which is why which is why I was saying that. Do you really have a choice if to get water to drink? You have to subscribe to that. To get bread, you have to subscribe to that. To go from where you are to where you want to walk outside, you have to subscribe to that. To do basic things, you have to subscribe to that system. Do you really have a choice? To exist, basically,
You
have to
improve the
subscribe.
system.
But you can't respond.
Don't though.
No, you can't. No, you can't respond. It's just a thought.
No, but like, it's not right. I mean, you could find other ways, right?
Hey,
Right.
hey,
So-
hey, we're not doing this.
No, we need to do it, bro. No, we need to do it.
We're not doing
No, we
Okay,
need
put
to
a
do
thought
it,
out there,
bro.
put a thought out there.
Bro, we need to do it, bro.
We're not doing this.
No, we
said
get
it
to
earlier,
it.
right?
You don't know. Bro, we need to do this, though.
Brian,
Put
We
a
need to
thought
do
out
it.
there.
Brian, what I'm
We
doing?
need to get it.
What I'm doing?
I'm
We
clearly
need
not
to get
catching
something
what,
to the
what he's
vortex.
trolling.
No,
Is
he's
this
not
another troll?
He's not trolling. No.
Okay.
What I don't
We
understand,
need to
understand,
do
what I don't think you quite grasp is the gravity of the argument you're about to fall into. The incredible nuance, the wildfire
Of
Yeah.
capitalism?
of
This is-
just political and economic systems that rule and govern the decision.
Yeah, but I'm not going that deep.
But you don't think you are. Yes, you are. No, you don't think you are.
But then you
because
stand up
you're
there.
just gonna say, but can't you just find a way?
Exactly.
And then he goes, no, you can't. And you'll say, but yeah, you can't. Then he'll have to explain why you can't just find a way. And then you'll talk about the
But-
power of the individual. And then yeah, we'll try to back that up with this and that. And then I'll get it. And then we're going.
I'm not even gonna talk about
Put
the
a thought
individual.
out there and let's move
I'm
on.
not
Put
even
a thought
gonna-
out there and let's
So my
move
guy, if you have a thought on this, just let it out.
Put it-
Wait, let me hear what Sonny Saturn has to say. Are you guys in the USA? Capitalism for sure. I'm in Canada. That's an outsider's point of view. Okay. I mean, there's a margin for you to make your own choices in a capitalist system, but you need to comply to the system until you achieve a rank that grants you access to live the way you want.
Okay, yeah.
Valid
Like,
point.
you should-
Valid
Valid
sentence.
point.
Valid
I
sentence.
don't
Valid
disagree
sentence.
at all.
Valid sentence.
Yeah.
Valid
Right,
sentence.
which is the common ground that we all meet.
To participate.
I like it. I like it.
No,
I like it.
point
It's
is
okay.
valid. No, point is valid.
Yeah,
Point
his
is
point
valid.
is very
Right,
valid.
Their point is valid.
It's valid.
Right.
Don't gender them.
Yeah, we can't. I love this man,
So
dog.
put a thought out there.
I love this
If
man.
you have a thought in particular you would like to put out, feel free. Just know we're not allowed to
To
discuss
venture down
or
that
go
road.
any further because that is a wildfire.
Yeah, that's fun. I like wildfires.
No, you
Fires
do,
are
eh?
fun.
No, you do,
No,
eh?
let's take a pic with some
No,
fire.
I've
too.
seen. It is literal fire. No, what are you doing? Come
But
on.
like,
I
I
can
still
answer
want to
the
bring
big
forth the
fire,
same
dog.
argument.
Bring
Put your
forth.
thought out
But
there.
bring forth. But we can't engage.
A thought.
But we can't
We cannot
engage.
A thought.
Okay. I think
As
that-
one does.
that, as you said earlier, if there's a will, there's a way, right? If you're
Mhm.
alive, you'll find a way.
Hmm?
So you don't have to subscribe to capitalism.
Okay.
There is, like, there's not even like figuratively speaking, there is, countries that don't do capitalism,
Correct, yeah.
and there's societies who like live off the grid. So
Go there.
could go there.
Go there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
we
mean that.
can't respond.
Yeah.
We can't respond.
No,
So
this
I
is
want to
that's
say
what the end
it's
of it.
fun, dog.
And not
This
even
is
you
so
don't even need to go
fun.
there. There are
Right.
hitchhikers that live literally on the street with a bag on their back,
right,
in modern societies.
That is
So
very
so
true.
yeah,
That is
so
fun.
So you have
so-
to be a
so
checker
put-
to
so
survive
put-
in
so
the
put your
capitalism.
thoughts.
That's what
So-
he's
wait,
saying.
No, that
hey.
is not what he's
No,
saying.
sir,
That is bad.
no,
He's
no,
doing
no,
it.
no,
asking,
no,
I'm
no,
asking,
you're
I'm
not.
asking.
No, you're not. You're antagonizing.
Yeah,
You're
that
putting
is
words in
bad.
your mouth.
That is not what he's saying.
Okay.
That
I
is
take that back.
definitely
No,
not what
Brian.
he's saying, dog.
Put your thought into like a concise few statements or statements, if you could. If your statement,
If you don't want to subscribe to capitalism, there means not.
okay, great.
Easy.
That's it.
That's it.
Easy
You
peasy.
have any thoughts?
I have never thought a thing in my life.
I have
I have a
so
question for
much
you. I
I
have a
want to
question.
say.
I have a
Oh my
question for you,
god, this
right?
is so
I
fun.
have-
I love it, bro.
I have a
Trust
question
me,
for you,
daddy.
right? Like, what is like the first thing you do when you travel somewhere?
What is it? It depends on the individual, bro.
Like, okay, it's not that deep. What is the first thing? Let's say you go to Tobago.
you
right?
sign your immigration form.
These are one of those questions that like as soon as you start thinking about it, it gets harder and harder.
Yeah.
Like if I don't respond off the bat, it's too late.
Off the bat, don't
I
think
sign
about
my
it.
immigration form.
What is the first thing you do when you go somewhere?
Is immigration form? Is that
Well, like reaching a
That's
country.
something it's,
Yeah.
custom.
You travel,
customs form? Yeah.
you travel somewhere, you reach your hotel room. What's the
Also,
first
don't
thing you
reach
do?
one.
Yeah. You
Well,
usually
it depends on
I
what my
start
agenda
unplugging.
is.
I start unplugging screens.
I'm plugging screen.
Wait,
about you?
what? Why would you do that?
I don't like
Look around your room.
screens.
What about you? What do you look for in your room?
Well, are we talking about in the
Just
hotel or
expect-
in the
It's-
country?
there's literally no like specific answer, like right answer. You just say, I want to hear what you all
Inspecting
do
your
when
room.
when you travel somewhere. What's the first thing you do?
Why do you ask?
It's a random question. It's absolutely random. There's no like.
There's no. You weren't going anywhere with it.
No, I'm not going. I'm just. It's a random
Bro,
question.
what the
Can-
hell? I like what he doing there. See what
Why?
he trying to do.
He segued.
Yeah.
He's segued.
He's
Nah,
segued.
Nah,
It's
but I
taking a while to catch on.
No.
No, I was hoping that you had like
Yeah,
like
direction.
so, yeah, I hope
I was
so
hoping
too.
that you
I
were
was
both
gonna
sit-
go with when he said the room. He looks around. I was gonna say okay, like let's introduce the idea of like how there
No,
was
no.
a
What we thought was that yes, you were segueing, but you were segueing with intent.
Yeah.
But your intent
Nah,
was
it's
to
a
find
free
some way
flow.
to segue
yes,
in the question.
yes, with your
But
answer
you know what?
right
But
off
you
the
know what?
answers.
Ambitious.
Right.
Ambitious.
So what do you do when you reach your hotel room? What do you do? What's the first thing you do?
Unpack.
Right.
First
When he was
thing
talking about look your room, look around your
Wait,
room.
quick
and so
pause. First thing you do is unpack.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Like you said, look around the room. Like first thing.
No, I trust the room.
Yeah, but like okay, but what do you trust about the room? Like, do you know like where your closets are? Do you know where the bathrooms are? Do you
Yeah.
use the first thing you start doing is unpacking, bro? That's why. That's brave.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Yeah. That was bold.
Yeah, big up yourself.
I feel like look around is like the solid answer.
And what do you look? Is there any particular thing you look around for?
Yeah, the
or-
screen's
just
to unplug.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I look around. I get understand my. I get collect my bearings. That's not the word. That's not the
Yeah,
phrase.
gather.
my bearings. Yeah. So I look for where the
Pitch my
closet
levels.
is, where the fridge is, where the safe is,
That's my
where.
It's like looking for like spying devices. Any of like, in terms of any looking around.
Bro, I have my phone, bro.
Private.
You done being
I don't mean spy on,
We're
bro.
spelling.
I got Alex Jones one time in Infowars.
No. So there's a. You can look for specific spying devices. So you can look to is there like a webcam in this room? But like if you're going to a hotel where there's a webcam in it, then you're in a real sketchy mode.
That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't go and like looking around for those things. I immediately would trust the room, as I said.
Yeah, I
that's
guess-
why the first thing I do is
I guess it
unpack.
makes
And how?
sense.
Okay,
Plugging screens.
let me dig deep in the pocket of questions.
Deep in the pocket of questions.
Bro, I don't like the turn we make, and we just had quality stuff just now, dog. Oh my
There's
god.
no you're gonna
Dog,
discuss that and
there's
stop
no
and like there's no stopping
way.
once we go in that hole.
Honestly though, there's
no stopping.
It's not. I'm not.
Oh,
doing
in
it.
what hole? What hole are we talking
The
about?
capitalism hole.
You don't want to go down that road.
Yes, I
Yes, this is what he does on
want
Twitter.
to. No, I don't.
I'm
I've
just joking,
retired.
honestly.
I've retired. I no
Retired.
longer-
Twitter.
Let's-
wildfire.
Dog. Did salvation tell you? You jamming somebody guilt trial?
What?
That have a man?
Salvation? What do you like to
Salvation.
explain?
I am.
Salvation is
No,
currently-
let me get this out
He's
to the
touching
people.
somebody.
I am a man.
Currently,
Okay.
whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
Currently,
Give your life to Jesus. He's coming soon.
It was nice. It was nice. It was nice. See you all next week. We've done our 40 minutes. We've done our 40 minutes. Actually,
Houston.
55 minutes.
Texas, what's the place, boy?
What?
That place down south. Down.
What?
I'll leave that one alone. They're also salvation. What's it like knowing that you're breaking somebody's heart?
I did not
dog?
break in no
Every
money.
stroke.
Every stroke!
Huh? So
Yeah,
So
we
when
put
she
some
started
water,
telling
come
you
on.
about
We
her
put
man-
some water.
honestly, to wash your sins away, dog, there's not enough water.
Way!
Bro, where you going?
Actually, water.
All of a sudden.
whoa.
All of a
That's a
sudden.
healthy segue, you know?
a
Salvation.
Yeah.
The heartbreaker.
It's not
Why
hard
is
to
it
break it in,
hard
I'm
to
telling you.
Saturn wants to know what's it like living in Trinidad. How is living in Trinidad?
Fucking terrible. It's
Just picture a third world country.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah. A third world country.
I mean, that's what I mean. We are pretty developed.
Yeah,
third
we
world
are
country.
developing to.
And what
But in
sense?
terms of like these systems,
Developing.
so we're a pretty developed third world country.
In what sense?
or
When you say
developed nation.
develop?
Developing.
Because we're not a rich country.
Oh, in the Caribbean, yeah, we are.
No, we are very
In the
spoiled,
Caribbean?
bruv. We are so spoiled.
In the Caribbean, we
In
are
my opinion.
balling. Like we honestly, we just pick up our fingers and look at Barbados like, oh, do you still like the Queen? Like,
Wait.
like we're pretty snooty up there. We're living pretty comfortably up here. But compared to, I know, as we always do, compared to like developed countries as a developing nation, we do have like certain things that are just like systemically problematic. Is where we are. Like we just have lots of systemic problems that are pretty terrible. So we have like inconveniences that like are really problematic. So like we don't have like Uber, for instance, which
We have
Uber,
TTRS.
but we have TTRS. We like only post, but that's because Uber came here and we were
Yeah.
like, nah, you aren't paying enough taxes. Goodbye.
That's not what happened though.
That, if I
part of what
had to do like a super short summary, yeah, like I'm about to do a full like.
That's the thing. I really don't want to go into that.
Let's do a deep dive on that though.
No.
Honestly, haven't you been
I
doing
don't
enough
wanna
deep
go.
diving?
Not important at all.
Oh my
I have
god!
not
And I
done
want
that.
to
Okay,
have
so
you-
basically, one thing I could...
It's beautiful though.
Yeah, Trinidad is a
It's
nice
beautiful, though. It's gorgeous though.
place.
It's gorgeous though.
Trinidad and Tobago is a really nice... Tobago especially. I love
Tobago's where the
Tobago.
beauty really like. Trinidad's pretty gorgeous too.
Tourism.
It is, yeah. Trinidad is also pretty good. We just dealing with a lot of problems with crime right now. We dealing with a situation
And
where
please don't blame the Venezuelans alone.
It's not
nobody's...
them.
I wasn't
Nah,
even
I was
getting
talking to you. I
there.
wasn't talking to you.
I-
But
No,
bro,
we-
this person does not know anything
Was
about
talking to the-
Trinidad.
No, he was just doing anything.
Oh, okay.
He was doing anything.
A lot of
Yeah.
people have this misconception that because we have an influx of Venezuelans in Trinidad, that's why people are getting robbed at gunpoint.
Well, bro, we
I took a
having
video. of
No,
a
because
bunch
I
of
thought it was
Venezuelans
obviously
from-
right there hanging in the air. Like we were all thinking it, and
No,
You
I
wasn't
wasn't.
gonna-
thinking-
your words,
Honestly.
your words,
I
so
really
it's
was
almost like
not
salvation was throwing a red herring into the dialogue.
Alright.
I would never have thought.
This freaking Salman, boy. Dog, this Salman, boy. I doesn't know what to say sometimes.
It's almost like it was intentional.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, boom. So we dealing with this problem whereas a lot of Venezuelans are coming
We're gonna call
across.
this a problem.
It is.
It is a problem.
It is.
It's too
That's
much.
something we should actually discuss though.
Yeah,
Well,
with
I
our
know
expertise,
how-
with our expertise in the field, me being a physicist, you being an environmental student,
I'm nothing.
Koya being a manager of
Nothing
management.
that do really.
He does music.
Yeah, we can't give educated opinions on it.
Yeah, and
we
I
could just give
I
opinions.
could just, I could
of
just
the-
talk. I could just talk off
Talk
my chest.
out it, yeah.
So
talk
what
out the
can we give
chest.
educated opinions on?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Boy, that is
The
a
amount of healthy-
philosophical question in itself.
I think that you
Ye-
can give. I gotta leave down alone.
I could give. Actually, I think I could. You know what? We started off talking about purpose, and we got to
We did?
Venezuela. We actually did. That was the.
Let's find our purpose. Let's find our purpose.
All right. So boom. Let me.
Purpose of this podcast.
Was it
Boom.
between her titties or?
Oh my gosh, salvation. Would you like to answer?
Yeah, no, what's that one? So how do you reconcile that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You want me to tell the story right here?
Already say these Nigerians.
I want to hear this
You know.
story.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You want
But
to pull up the Instagram
No,
though? Do
please.
you have the picture?
Can you stop what purpose, please? Can you speak of purpose?
No. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. So like, Koya, can you just?
Wait.
Can you just pull the picture to see if you know this person?
Hold on. We're going down a very sticky. You know,
Is that what? Was it
let's-
sticky?
Let's not do that.
Whoa!
Let's not. Oh my God! Please
Was it
stop.
sticky?
Stop.
I hear the nice
People are actually
punchline.
gonna believe you, dog.
Well, then you need to
Stop.
tell the truth.
Stop.
You
Then
need to
you
clear
need
the
to-
air. You need to clear the air.
So,
Wow.
let me ask you
What's
something.
purpose?
So you're saying that you did not
Can
sleep
you talk
with the
about
woman
purpose? Can you talk
who had a
about
man?
purpose?
That's what you're saying?
Can you talk about purpose?
Is that what you're saying?
Fucking my phone,
You
bro.
did not have sex with
Whoa.
a woman who had a man?
That's not what I'm saying.
So,
He's not denying it.
so did you do that?
That is also not what I'm saying.
So I'm asking you. Did you sleep with somebody who has a man?
That's not what I'm saying.
That's not. How's that even the
No,
response to the
just
question?
plead
I'm
the
asking?
Fifth Amendment.
I plead the fifth.
Wrong country. Wrong country.
Right, back to you, but no, actually, want to talk about purpose.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So boom.
Boom.
This is something
Can you
I.
please dead that talk for good? Okay. It's dead.
You don't
It's
like
dead.
when that happens?
Please. I just feel attacked now. I feel attacked.
That's not a pleasant experience for you.
I don't know what he's talking
When
about.
people are requesting.
Purpose, as you were saying.
Wow. I wonder what's his purpose now.
No,
Oh. My bad.
I have heard it is beautiful. She
It
said she
is?
doesn't have Uber in her town either.
Where is she from?
I'm assuming it's a
in
she. I didn't
Canada?
actually know.
Oh, okay.
You're just gendering people. You wild.
Niggas wild
wild.
out here, bro. It's 2019, bro.
Yeah, purpose.
Oh yeah, okay, so boom. Keep saying so boom.
So boom.
Yeah.
That's why I like to start the new good story. Yeah? Alright, so boom.
Yeah.
So then,
Dog!
dog.
Wait, this wasn't from Canada. I don't understand what we're saying. Like, I know a lot of people have.
I was thinking that too, you know.
Yeah, because like when I speak to Americans or Canadians on like PS and all, like, dog, what you saying?
Yeah,
bro?
because
Can you
like apparently
slow
we
down?
talk real fast.
Yeah,
They
that's
sound like we're
crazy.
singing. I actually
Yeah,
yeah,
thought
they
they
are.
were sing
I
some
actually thought
voice.
the Trinidadians won't speak in English the first time I heard a Trinidadian talk.
I can
Wow.
believe that.
Yeah,
I think you told me that you think we smell like the sea.
Yeah, Trinidad smells like the sea. For
Yeah,
somebody
the
who's never
whole
been around
island?
the sea until I came here.
Oh.
He said it just smells like sea.
And it made me vomit for like the first couple of days.
Wait. So wait, how long have you been here?
It's 12 years.
Oh.
September
wow.
will be 12
His
years.
son has only been here for like 5 though.
Wait. What?
He's 9 too. He's 9.
My bad.
Bye.
Oh yeah, you're from here, you know?
Yeah, I'm from Trinidad.
I'm
yeah.
from here. Yeah.
Born, you know.
Yes, purpose for the 99 time.
Alright,
I'm so bored of purpose.
That's
I want to
it.
talk about you super and somebody else. You want to talk about capitalism. I want to talk about your debauchery.
Let's take a vote.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's 4 people.
Yeah,
So-
but we could still have.
Let me see if you are really for me or against me.
Oh, against you.
No shit, I didn't know that.
I will talk about salvation.
I personally also want to
Alright,
talk
the
about
eyes have
salvation.
it.
You back it?
The eyes have it.
The eyes have it.
The eyes have it.
Alright.
So you talk about salvation.
So what would happen?
Could I
was-
at least get to control my narrative?
Of course, you
It's
can.
your
I think
narrative.
I
mean-
It's your narrative.
I
but-
mean,
Alright, so.
do we ever really get to control? our
Alright, so
narrative?
boom. Alright, so boom.
Alright,
Right?
so boom.
What do you all want to know about me? And please don't go with the
If
one
you
or
are-
the fifth.
No, we are specifically talking about that particular incident. We
Yeah.
are specifically talking about that.
There is literally nothing to speak about in that incident.
So then, since there's no narrative, I can just talk my talk.
Wait,
Of a
but why
friend
is
of
this so
mine.
controversial? I don't realize. The
Yeah.
person, Tariq, is Mr. Sideman.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he's so.
I don't know like
so-
how he could be.
No, you know the difference. Let's not even entertain that, right? That does not exist. Anyways, back to
So
purpose.
Tariq, how do you feel breaking somebody's heart with every stroke?
I determined to find out.
Oh, so you never broke a heart.
Oh no, I have many. I have a good few. Just
Yeah, these men.
So how does that make you feel when you
it
find
doesn't
out?
make me feel no way. No
You're just
way,
like
no.
hard lucks, boy. Should
Yeah.
I get a more loyal girl?
No. So whoa. So quite often, what you find is that the girls who cheat often have men. Often,
Are you
not.
speaking for girls?
And speaking, am I? I'm talking about my specific
This
experience.
experience,
Ah, that's what
Hey.
Make that clear.
Side
Make that
step that trap. So the
clear. Make that clear.
Yeah, so,
Good
so rather the girls that have cheated with me often are being mistreated in their relationships. Does that excuse their behavior? No, but it explains it. Right?
Okay.
Like it explains why it's happening.
Yeah, laugh is-
That's a devious
Yeah,
laugh.
there's
every
a-
time you hear that laugh,
There's a
just
story coming. That's
Okay.
Alright, but there's a funny one. There's a time I'm talking to some girl and I, we linking whatever we're doing this time. And she talks about how like when
The
her
guy.
and her boyfriend argue, he'll call her shit like a dumb bitch. And it's
Terrible.
Like, yeah, he'll call things that, which to me is wild. Like I would I
Yeah.
can't even begin to fathom me just like
Verbal
cursing at my own
abuse.
one. Like I just can't.
For real.
Like she lambaste me firstly, and then like I just respect her a little too much. Like that's way too much. Like to me to
He will be
debase myself
dead.
that much, to debase myself that much is just wild, and to disrespect her that way just shows that like I fundamentally don't respect her as a person. Even as like we are getting away here, like we deep in here though. Let's just go and I get away, and I go and watch Koi and say, "Man, that's one too, this and that." Like to me, there's no value in that other than trying to hurt the person that you're talking to, right?
Yes.
So that when that is happening, the person obviously feels terrible. So like imagine you the person that you're trusting your heart and your emotions with, and it's just going, "Yeah, dumb bitch." They must find somebody else making them not feel that way. They must talk to a friend, though. And if their friend happen to be a man,
Who's
the
looking
man,
for
is, the
some?
man is trying to jam. the man is there cause you're sweet, dog. It's more than like it's like that's likely the case. And if that man is me, I skin in your pegs. You dig? No. Was that the route you were supposed to necessarily take? No, like you were supposed to just leave that nigga. Always my rule of thumb. Leave that nigga. Hold men's the same standards men will hold you to. Do it, and you'll see such a drastic improvement in your quality of life. That's a native advice from Tariq.
Yes, I back it.
Yeah, no, strong. But like, I know, so continue with the story. Yeah, just tell me that his man calling like a dumb bitch and whatnot, and it was wild shit. And I was like, yeah, that's bitter. You know, like that's tough stuff. And then there was a time, and there was a time she came over. She came over. So like, I think, so she was one of those people that like told the person that like we were linking. I don't know if she wanted to hurt him, but like again, not my business. Not concerned. I still.
That's really, I've never really understand that whole theory of people who cheat and then come back and tell the partner.
Yeah, that's wild. No, I don't even think she was doing it out of like. So there are people. So like there are people who do it because like they feel obligated. They just they're bogged down with all this guilt, and they wanna come and tell you, hey, I did this thing. You know, just to show, and you're supposed to go, oh, I'm so hurt, but I'm glad you came to me first. You know, he came to me and we could. I was like, that's to me, like, that's one of those cases where, like one of the things we tell children that honesty is like the best. We're like, hey, like, honesty is super important, but my guy, there's a point at which your honesty doesn't help anybody. Hush him out.
Okay, so you're saying
that is very important.
No, I agree.
You think it's better to not tell your significant other
sometimes
if you cheated?
Sometimes.
Because
you could have, so you know you have a super jealous partner, you know, you're all working through some things right now, and you lapse. Like, you know, you went to a party, there was this man who'd been tracking you from now, you'll been had a thing, you'll been had a thing, you'll you'll have like chemistry, but you'll never like pushed or anything, you'll talk anymore, you're like them, you're alright, man, or like you're fling maybe, right? Some touch up sparks, right? You wanted a partner that? For what? For why?
Wow.
For why?
Okay, here's my philosophy on that, right?
For why?
I think
No, I'm literally asking. For why?
Well,
it depends on
to
the
try like
dynamic
get
of your
forgiveness
relationship.
because you're worried they find out, right?
No, we're assuming. Let's go in the idea that like they can't find out unless you tell them.
Well, that's a big assumption, especially in Trinidad. Like,
everybody thinks that.
No, but like no, there are lots of people who do that. Like I'm talking specifically for the case where they will not find out unless you tell them.
Okay.
But like, there's no situation where that's 100% sure.
I mean, no, of course not. But like, but it's very like lots of people get cheated on every single day and never find out.
Sure.
Ding. So it's quite possible.
Okay. So we're assuming that you just got away with the best cheat ever. Like this.
It's not even the best cheat ever though. But like, yeah, you're cheater safe. You're cheater safe.
Okay, so you're assuming your cheat is more.
I think you all are being very disrespectful to your brethren.
My brethren. Alright.
I have something to say, right? I have something of my chest.
Let me say dog.
I have something of my chest.
I love it.
I think that if you cheat on your partner and you go back and tell them, that's disrespectful.
Wait.
Wow. And
that's
hold on. And I think that if they find out outside of that, that's even more disrespectful.
There's a quick interjection. My mom always says that if you find out your girlfriend cheats on you, she never loved you. Go ahead.
If you find out
that your girlfriend cheated on you, she never loved you. She wanted you to find out because girls are some of the best liars there are out there. Like in terms of keeping their things safe and protected, men like to talk, right? Men like to brag.
And generally, you assume the man cheats.
No, I assume everybody cheats. But women know how to just hush. Because women have been keeping secrets for their entire life because society. No, like women can talk, but like women know how to do it.
Women talk a lot too, just like men.
I find like niggas talk way more when it comes to
a girl will.
When it talks to sex, men love to tell a sex story.
I feel like
not
ladies
every
don't
man
really have a filter with their friends.
Oh, they do. Oh, girls do.
Girls keep
secrets. Girls keep so much secrets between friends alone.
Right?
Come on.
It might be out of a group of 5, 2 might know, and then the 3 might not know.
And
then the 2, out of those 2, one of that 2, and the next person might have a different secret.
And we're not talking about the capacity for it to happen. We're talking in general.
Right.
Just discussing this specific topic. I find, at least this is my experience, and you can ask around, that girls will be a lot more discreet with their cheating than men. Because men will come and tell you.
Yeah.
But are we talking about salvation?
I wasn't gonna go.
Wait, I want to hear what Sunny says. Sunny says my girlfriend cheated on me
Wow.
after a year and a half of dating, and then she told me the next day.
How do you feel about that?
Also, what didn't make sense is that she was putting me on blast about it. Is that
I love girls, no.
no, but like, is that a universal term?
Girls do that.
No, I'm putting somebody on blast.
Yeah.
That's
Come
a
on,
universal term.
come on. That is the that yeah.
That's a universal term, putting someone on blast.
Yeah. I feel so. Yeah.
I feel like
I
it's
thought
not common enough. I also thought it was Trinidadian, but
Yeah.
they're clearly using it. I think
Okay.
you're missing the point. Yes, they're putting you on blast.
Putting me on blast about if I went to a party or anything without her because she thought I was going to cheat or some dumb
That's
stuff.
a
Boy, that one trust issues.
She was
Yeah.
crazy though, and I didn't realize.
Girls
it
are not
until-
crazy. Nobody's crazy. Men
I
or
was
all
out in a
men are not
relationship.
crazy. People are often just pushed to things that they don't really see the end product of.
I'm crazy.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
I just
Nah, we
defeated his whole
insane.
argument.
Fell apart. Forget everything I just
Gone.
said.
I'm crazy. Alright, back to
Everything you
that.
said.
Go ahead.
Everything you
So
said.
wait,
Everything. Go ahead.
I'm trying to understand.
I'm glad
Sonny
you
said
said
that
that.
this girl
She forgot
cheated
everything.
in anticipation that he was going to cheat.
Yeah, people do that a lot. People anticipate their partner's going to cheat, and they're not gonna be bold with the clong and get horn. So instead of just leaving that nigga, like I always suggest, they go, "Well, I gonna do the thing first."
Let me tell you this thing, right? And this is something I could actually tie back to the initial conversation, but I won't. Which was the same purpose thing. So this is you could fact check me though. This is actually scientific.
I love that. Like that you can fact check.
You can fact check me. All right. So boom. There's this thing where your brain can't distinguish between things that you think about with thorough emotion and reality.
Correct.
So people
Emotionally speaking, I think what you're trying to say is that it's not that your brain can't know truth from reality, but emotionally speaking, your brain feels them the same way.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's it. That's
I
what
like
exactly.
that, okay.
I think that
Yeah,
distinction
yeah.
needs to be correct.
Yeah, thank you. That he articulated my point a lot better than I did. So that is what I was trying to say, and people tend to feed off of those emotions and make decisions based on that feeling they have as if it really happened. So I'm not saying that to justify the entire thing, but that is something
An
that,
explanation that would
yeah. So she could have had that emotional I don't know.
Take your time. Take your time.
Which leads to a bigger thing where, like, if you feel like you have issues in your relationship, they are far more.
Just talk. Yeah.
I agree
They are
with
far
Tariq's
more
philosophy
construct-
100%.
There are far more constructive ways to handle that than to go that route.
No,
Example:
correct.
communicate.
Communication is like the big one, right? Communication makes and breaks relationships up and down.
Right. And I'm a person where, right, as much as popular opinion may begs to differ, I feel like communication is important in any relationship, whether being platonic or romantic, right?
I agree.
Both of you all, like, I know that you love me and thing, dog, but like, it distracting me now, though.
No, I'm really interested
Right.
in what you have to say. Right
So
now.
I feel like in the beginning, if both of you all establish, like, okay, an open channel of communication, which is something I try to do in all my relationships,
Oh.
being platonic or romantic, right?
Do
And
you
I've-
live to fuck those up? The platonic channels. You love to interject open channels of communication. You love to introduce chaos into your own systems of communication, and then find fault with the ensuing problematic conversations that are
I
never
don't
come from.
understand what he just said.
Yeah, I was not
All
going to
those
say
big
my,
words.
Yeah,
I
no,
am
it's
too
not
dumb.
my
big
English just gets stuck like a guy.
Fourth language.
Huh?
His fourth language.
Correct.
Right.
Careful.
But
I was
what
just trying to be condescending.
So what I was trying to say was that
he's using of jargon that would perplex your tiny.
no, I
Go ahead.
as I was saying, right. What I was trying to say was that, like, if you have an open channel of communication from the beginning, it works for me,
It works for everybody.
right?
If
Nah,
you use
I speak
It
for
works for
myself.
everybody.
I speak for myself.
I am speaking for everybody. Fuck you.
Right, it works for me, right? Where if it is that from the beginning, I say, here you see now, these are all the cards on the table.
Yeah.
Put your cards on the table, and if that's what I want, and if this is what you want,
Right.
but it's always never that black and white. Obviously,
Though it ought to be, but yeah.
it should be, but it's never that black and white. And I feel like that's something that people should try to strive more to, compared to
Right.
anticipate. Okay, I feel like they might be cheating on me, so let me cheat on them first.
Yeah, no. He actually made a very valid point there in terms of, like, talking from your chest, like tell people how you feel, what your plans are, how you like genuinely are looking at the situation, and they can respond in kind and do that, and they should do it as well, and that makes things a lot clearer, because all the like anxiety that goes into relationships, like you're not really sure like what's happening, like it feels serious for me, but is it serious for you? You know, like are we playing? Are we taking this serious?
And like precedents for accountability too.
Yeah, and it's also the people also don't understand the idea, and it's difficult to wrap your mind around the idea that how a person feels may change.
Yeah.
Right? And that does not necessarily mean that like they don't like you or like they never liked you or anything like that. But it can change. And people knowing that people are not understanding of change don't tell people when their opinions have changed.
Yeah.
So you may have started with something casual, then somebody would have gotten in their feelings, but they didn't want to tell you because they knew you started with something casual, and then later down the road it's a chaotic situation, and vice versa. You might have started with something serious and you realize this really isn't what I'm looking for, but you already told him started with something serious, and you don't really feel comfortable expressing that with them, and now it's been a year, you've been cheating for a year. You understand?
Right.
So it's like it's a situation.
I feel like the moment you have like the intent to cheat, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship.
Asterisk. Not everybody intends to cheat.
Yeah.
But if you do intend, you should.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like if you do intend and you're making plans, yes. But I think there's I don't know why people like to think this is like everybody that cheats wanted to cheat. Like they were just
it was premeditated.
Yeah, but no, I think most incidents of cheating were just circumstantial. I like to say that people like to overestimate their ability to control themselves.
I believe that it's natural, you know. It's like human instinct. It's very primal, you know.
I also feel like self-control.
Whoa! Wait. What was that?
Take.
What was that? Hot take.
Hot take.
What do we have here?
I said self-control is a myth.
I know. I know why people watch that direction.
Yeah, I know
exactly why you watch. No, I know exactly why you watch in that direction, but I feel like self-control is still a thing. However,
self-control is discipline, bro.
However, there is limits to it.
Yeah, I agree. I was being facetious and overstating my point, but yes.
I'm confused.
I want to hear what your point was. Like,
I was saying self-control is a myth.
Because, like, explain. Like.
Because I think... But somebody over chance of communication. Just let me have my hot take. Go ahead.
Just let me have my hot.
No, in my
why? That's a big
self-control. In my opinion, is very important because, and if anything, if you indulge in anything too much, it's going to be detrimental. Correct. Even if it's something.
You say it's important, but he says it's a myth, as in like it doesn't exist. So like.
Yeah.
If unicorns are important,
right, okay, no, we're talking to us.
No, he's well. That's you. You honestly just made an important point. I didn't misinterpret what you said. What you said is something completely different to what I was answering.
So what I said was self-control is a myth.
Okay, why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that?
That is me being hyperbolic about my point, because hot takes.
But what is
so?
The
Yeah,
point?
so I'm gonna make the point now. So I think. That self-control is inherently limited. I think when I think of discipline, I think discipline and self-control are the products of systems we put in place to control ourselves.
Okay, yeah.
So
self-control.
Yeah, that is what self-control is, right? So it's not that me actively making the decision every day to not do certain things or to do certain things, but setting up things in my life in such a way that the default is that I do the things I want and should do, and I don't by default do the things I shouldn't do and don't necessarily want to do. So even when I don't want to do the good thing, my life is set up in such a way that my default action is to do the good thing. And I think that's what self-control should be about. And
also depends on like how strong your beliefs in those systems that you set for yourself. So let's say like alcohol, right? So tell yourself you're never going to drink again.
Dumb thing to say.
Oh, yeah.
Never made that sentence.
But like
would never say that.
It's not a very strong belief.
That's not a system, right? Telling yourself you're not going to drink it is not a system. A system is making sure that every time you go out to any place that has alcohol, you never carry money. And you tell all of your it can help. It can help. So you make sure you tell all of your friends, listen, I may want to drink, but don't let me drink. And then like the biggest one, don't go to a place that has alcohol. Right? And so these are the kind of things you want to do.
Exactly, but it depends on how strong you don't want to be drinking alcohol, you know?
No, well, correct. But your desire is this thing, set up systems to help you attain that desire. I don't want to smoke, I'm not going to do line with smokers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but some people might say that and be like, "Yo, I'll just not smoke," you know.
Which is my point. If you have made the decision to line with smokers, but try not to smoke, you're relying on self-control and discipline and willpower and all that nonsense. Which is, don't get me wrong, I'm saying nonsense, all that is important and vital, and these are all skills that we can build mentally.
No, but
However,
self-control is what you're saying.
no, but like I think lots of people talk about self-control as the ability to control yourself, the willpower to like do the thing, and that's
a problem. That's skewed.
Yeah, I think so. So that's when I say self-control is
Okay,
a
I
myth.
understand.
That's my hot
take.
take.
All right, okay, cool. I understand what you're saying now, because I think what you're saying is indeed self-control.
It's
You
how
are.
I feel.
It is what if you know.
Definitionally.
Yeah, it should be that. So I agree with you 100%.
Self-control is a myth.
Okay. I don't
How
know.
do we get here?
We
I was
got
being facetious when he was talking about cheating, I think.
you were talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about cheating.
Yeah, you were talking about cheating, and you were talking about how everybody thinks that cheating is premeditated. When
Right,
it is indeed
right.
a
Yeah.
lack of.
And we were all talking about how it was circumstantial.
And I said it was very primal.
Yes,
Yeah,
and you said it was probably after, yes, yeah. My own experience with relationships, I've only ever been in one. I wouldn't get into details, obviously, for respect for the other person. But in my opinion, what helped in the beginning was laying down what you actually want from the relationship.
Putting the cards on the table.
Yeah, in the beginning, literally, letting the person know,
Establishing open mind.
establishing what is and what is not, and trying to keep each other not necessarily being a pest, but keeping each other accountable to some level as relationship progress.
Important.
And to me, that's the best way to. Now, I wouldn't say solve your problem, because problems will obviously, but it helps a lot once
Oh,
there's a
I wanna ask
foundation
a
to
question.
build
Yeah,
upon.
obviously not. You're single now.
Now that's them from some.
That was me. I was.
Yeah, but that's them from some
Come on.
different.
Come on.
But yeah,
So have you ever been the outside man?
I don't know. Wait, were you asking?
Whoa.
If
If
he's
I've
asking
ever-
if he's ever been.
I have never cheated on. I didn't cheat on a girl I was with.
No, have you ever?
But I don't know. I can't
Oh.
speak. I can't put my head. This is one thing I've learned. I will never
Correct.
put my head
On a block.
on a block for anybody, bro. I would like to believe.
I'll put my head on a block, my woman.
Now I put my head on a block for my parents and my sister.
And my parents.
That is it.
One day.
Right? But in all honesty, I don't know. I don't
Have
think
you
so.
been
I have
outside,
no.
man?
I had no.
I like
I could just
I like
plainly
Brian's
say
face.
no.
I like Brian's face. Brian was like, nope.
no, yeah.
It's like, nope, not me. What'd you
Yeah.
say, Vision?
Neither me.
You wanna pull up that into
This
Oh,
man
yeah.
is upset.
Let me explain. Alright,
This
so here it is, right?
man, man.
Let's bypass this real quick and put it away for good, right? I feel like
Never.
let's bypass this and put it away for this episode at least, right?
Dog, how long have we been recording?
I was not gonna ask the next
Right.
question. I was gonna ask you what time you plan to.
A while, bro.
We have something that starts until read it out. 1 hour 30 minutes. He says, yeah, for self-control, you should have premeditated plans to prevent you from getting an undesired product.
Correct.
Those
Indeed.
premeditated plans really help with control, especially in those cases where you are in the moment and may have trouble with choosing the right choice.
No, correct. The whole point of a self-control system is that you don't have to make a choice. Do you know what decision fatigue is?
You know what? That leads to a very, like, something I was going through personally too.
Ooh, do tell.
And I was just talking about it yesterday with Stephen, right? These systems, right? When you talk about putting things in place so that, you know, to avoid smoking or like this self-control system that we may put.
Yeah.
You have this default answer, right? Okay, not gonna smoke, right?
Correct.
So you have this default answer. Me, I do this thing where I overthink. I mean, I guess that's not very uncommon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would never be so fast to make a default decision. But Stephen was telling me, sometimes like you have to make a decision, right? And basically the argument is it better to be efficient or to be certain?
Bruh?
I'm kind of confused.
No, you definitely lost me. You definitely
Yeah,
lost me.
kinda.
Okay,
Okay.
is it better to overthink and then come to a
Like,
conclusion?
analyze all
That's-
points.
Is that efficient or is that certain?
That's
What we-
efficient.
Certain
What
is
we-
saying
what we
I
relate
don't
to.
want to smoke.
Yeah,
Efficient is being taking the time, think about all the angles, whatever before you.
yeah,
decide
because I
that.
always
A default is literally waking up
Take your
and
time, take your
saying,
time. Yeah, go ahead.
waking up and saying, I don't want to smoke no more.
That's
That is being
certain.
certain.
Yes.
Right.
But me, sitting down by my window in the morning, breeze hitting my face saying,
because then you have to weigh your pros and cons. My social life.
Okay,
my-
so you're saying that
That is a deeper
so you're saying
conversation.
that
Efficiency versus
efficiency
certainty.
is thinking the decision through before arriving to a conclusion.
Right.
Yes, but is that better than just being certain and being like, I'm not gonna smoke? Is it
That's-
better to
I
live
don't
that
think you could say
lifestyle?
one is
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm still trying to articulate
ask
what
a
I'm
question.
saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a question. I don't have a question. I'm just trying to understand exactly what is being said. Huh? Dog. When I like the fair thing. Alright. So basically what you're saying is you're asking me what is more effective, sitting down and weighing out the pros and cons, or just waking up one morning and saying I don't want to do this?
Or I want to do this.
Or I want to do this,
yeah.
or I want to do this. I feel like if you need to, in my opinion, so, alright, everybody goes through a process of burnout.
I love when these tangents happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like if you wake up one morning and you say that you no longer want to do this, if your desire is great enough and you do something to keep that desire burning,
Okay.
then that might be efficient, but in my opinion you have to mix both of them in a sense. So alright, so you have to create I think
But you
that
have to
you
see what I
could-
mean by efficient, right? Like, let's say you live in a predominant, like, in a society where everybody smokes, right?
Okay.
Deciding not to
It
smoke
will be extremely difficult. You need to get out
is
of
not
that
even
environment.
talking about difficulty. Is it the best choice for you?
Yes.
It depends on
It
your,
depends on why you want to.
stop.
If you like smoking,
Exactly.
it doesn't hurt you, don't do any problem. Fine.
Yeah. It depends on. I think it
What
all
do you
boils.
mean best choice?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand.
Okay.
your
You have to know what you
question.
want.
Yeah.
It depends on your goals and depends on what you want at the time.
I think it's a combination of both to get like the best answer. In that you kind of have to,
I'll be falling into this either or dichotomy either way.
yeah, like you kind of have to think of like you gonna to get the best answer. The longer you take to like analyze different outcomes and so on in a decision, the more chances of getting a better answer, right?
Right.
Give me a
However-
specific example.
however-
I guess what I'm
Decide,
really
yeah.
trying to ask here
Ah,
is...
yeah. Let's get there. Let's get
Yeah.
there. Let's get
What
there.
I'm really trying to ask is how do you deal with a situation where you are uncertain?
I feel like if
Okay,
uncertainty
give
is
some more
always
context.
there-
Yeah. So okay. So when you say uncertain, do you mean in a larger long-term goal perspective, or is it cheese or no cheese in my burger? Like,
It could be as small or as big as either one of those.
I could-
How would you deal with that? Do you say,
yeah, you already had those are two different types of uncertainty.
Yeah, for real. So, all right, let me give you an example with me, something personally, right? Okay, no, actually, that's what you're saying. It's very you need to articulate yourself a little clearer, for real. No, because I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to make
okay,
sense
I
of
want to hear what
you're
you're
saying.
thinking that I'm
Okay,
thinking.
uncertainty. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the example. When I started, so I run a clothing company, right?
Mhm.
And when I started, the uncertainty as if I really wanted to do this or if it would be
Yes,
successful.
this is exactly what I'm talking about.
All right,
actually.
okay. So you have to know why you started and stick to that. So that's why, okay, so you have to understand why you started, what is the purpose of doing it, and get that written down and stuck in the back of your
Okay,
head.
but what made you think that starting this company was the best? Like, did you think it was the best, or did you say
What do you mean by the best?
The best- everybody starts
answer
with
wins,
different-
So what you go with is the best answer.
for the best decision to achieve what you wanted, whatever it may be? Did you think that this is the best way, and then you went
There's
to
never a best way, and you have to come to that. Based on my experience again, there's never really a best way. You just have to take a step and take a jump. Like that uncertainty is always at the back of your head. Like I don't think anybody gets into anything being 110% sure.
But there's so many different steps you can take.
But correct. No, but as a quick step, quick pause. When you say best, I'm feeling like you're making a synonym for perfect. I feel like you're,
It's
you're
really-
saying perfect, but I say you're saying the word best, but you mean perfect. How did you know that this was the perfect decision to make?
Yes,
But
but
there's
like,
no such thing.
Yeah, I don't think
There's no such
anybody
thing.
knows.
There's
is it
no
perfect?
such thing as the perfect decision.
Perfection does not exist.
Perfection, not a hot take, is a myth.
Yeah.
okay, I can
Not
agree
a
with
hot
that.
take,
Not
isn't
a
it?
hot take.
So, I think that when you're asking, how do you make the perfect decision? There's no perfect decision. Determine, what do I want? Start there. What do I want?
Yes.
Do I want to make an impact in the world?
Yes.
Right? How do I want to make an impact in the world? well, I like music, I like art, I like this, I like that. Which of these channels? So now you can start doing now you can start doing a bunch of different calculus, right? Which of these channels does my soul resonate with the most? Or like which of these am I best at doing? Which of these are the most accessible for me to do? And then you can start making those little decisions, and you can start asking yourself those little questions, and whichever one is most important to you, because you'll know.
Yeah.
You know which one's most important to you. Because some people it's more important, like which one sings, which one touches their soul more. Some people are like, which is the easiest path for me to make a difference, right? And you can start asking yourself those little questions, and those are the kind of things that you can start weighing. Because again, these are personal decisions, right? There's not like this formula doesn't know with everybody of like if it's easiest, that's the one you should go with. No, that's not necessarily the one that works for everybody, because not easy and good don't resonate same for every person.
Yeah.
So I think when you're making long-term decisions, you need to start with the desire and then start to the steps of how I'm going to make the desire, how I'm going to achieve the desire.
We're basically going back to the initial.
Purpose, correct.
Yeah. This is what I'm going to say with regards to that, right? I think the problem stems from when you start taking other people's opinions too seriously.
Stems? Yes, I think that's a contributing factor. Because stems is plenty.
Okay, it's a contributing factor, and it could stem.
Good.
Depends.
Yes, great.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for...
Yeah, because you're on the internet and you're with a permanent on the internet.
Yes, you are correct. And they could just cut out that last part, the correction, and have to say it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but not everybody's going to watch it live, you think?
Yeah, true. Alright, so I feel like if... No, but yeah, I feel like if you're basing your whole reasoning on starting something on other people's, how people would view this, then that.
Are you?
No.
And then
as I said, in my sense, I was thinking of the perfect decision, you know.
Yeah.
So
I don't-
overthinking it.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no such thing as perfect decision.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
But like,
It doesn't.
It doesn't
So,
exist.
let me tell you. Maybe this will help you because it helped me. I was going to a point in my life a few years back where I was like, which is the same thing, like which is the best way to go? Like how am I gonna do this thing, right?
Because the thing is, you have one shot, you know.
You don't. that in itself is a myth. Another myth.
Okay.
That's like a Disney myth. Got one shot, one opportunity. You know, Eminem didn't have one shot. Eminem tried and failed many
times.
and that's what the song was about. Is that he tried and failed many times. Right? Lose yourself. Plug Eminem. Shout out the big dog.
Plug it Eminem, yes.
Anyway, like I remember thinking a lot in my life, like, how am I gonna know what I'm gonna do? Like, how am I supposed to know? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, when is it going to become clear? You know, I was waiting for that sign, that thing.
Waiting?
Me waiting. Could you imagine? Waiting. And then like, I remember, just asking people like, "Oh, how did you?" Like, you know, talking to people who already do. And then like, what I realized is like, if you really listen, like, nobody knows, right?
That's exactly what he was just saying.
No, but correct. And that filled me with a kind of power that I can't begin to articulate. Like I felt like Prometheus. Like I had fire. I was like, listen, there is no way. There is no way. There's no answer. There's no singular path. There is none. It does not exist. Which meant that the power was like, I could make that decision now.
Yes, indeed.
Now that the choice was mine, like, what do I want to do? And how am I going to do it? Not, what is the world giving? Like, what does the world have for me? And how can I fit myself into, like, making that happen? Like, you know?
And to add to
But
that,
here's
to add to that,
Because we
right?
can
Like,
tie this back to the discussion with the poverty.
No,
thing.
correct. No, correct. And I'm trying,
add-
listen, I'm
to
just
add
going
to that.
touching that.
Yeah.
So, like,
to add to that, right?
the
Like, my
poverty.
brother always, like, one of the most important things that I find he told me
Right.
at a very low point in my life was that always decide for yourself versus let the decision come to you.
for sure.
Because there is never gonna be a, well, this is the best or this is the perfect way. Whatever you decide, everything has a consequence, and it has a
What language? Flex on them niggas and speak your native tongue. Flex on these niggas.
consequences.
Flex on these niggas and speak your native
People
tongue.
don't know there's a meme reference, right? But the consequence of every action. The consequence. Right, so basically, every decision has a consequence, right? Basically, so you decide,
Yeah.
but in deciding, you kind of have to accept that, okay, me deciding is me saying, okay, I'm ready to go this direction
Yeah.
and take care.
Yeah,
of
but
this.
you have to also say I'm not going these other
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
You could,
But no, I think that's important to say.
right?
I think that it is important to say. I am going to make the decision, and I'm not making this other decision.
Right.
It's like write that down.
Yeah, but the moment you decide that, you're saying, look, I'm losing this because I'm not going this way.
You're not losing.
Again,
Forget losing. 'Cause
This,
you
this
haven't-
is a different discussion from duality of like choices, right? Meaning that like you doing something does not mean that you can't do the other.
yeah,
Right, okay,
that's
so-
again, that's a whole other
Right,
myth as
that's
well.
a different discussion from that, right?
Let me
Boom,
get-
I just want
Okay,
you to
but
say
like, okay, you starting the clothing line, right?
Yeah.
There's many different routes you could have taken.
Yeah.
And the moment you decided clothing, you decided not this and not this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you decided cool, and then he
print
decides
your
skateboards.
logo on a t-shirt.
You literally have to be extremely specific and extremely intentional with what you want. Let me give you this quote, right? I can't remember who said it. No, one of the gods, the Greek gods, they said the
Salvation.
only difference between gods and humans are humans don't plan till the end. And
Plan
that's
till
what
the
plan. So they start something and
See how it
Story.
goes.
they don't they see how it goes
So-
and they start to swim. They
Yeah.
don't necessarily have a direction.
Which is like both beautiful and awful. I have a story about something I think is
I
like
think it's beautiful.
this is my I have this so one of my idols, like one of the people I allow myself to idolize is my coach, right?
Mm.
Great guy, fantastic, very hardworking,
Oh, I'm
just
coach.
incredible, right? Edson really fantastic. So Edson really has a taekwondo school, right? So sometimes I'm just sitting down with him, shooting the breeze, and like just talking,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why did you start a taekwondo school? Because he's a finally a med student, he's a former world champion, and like he just decided like. So like he was like 3 years into his degree and he was like, I'm going to start a taekwondo school. I was like, what? Like that's why. Like why would you?
That's wild.
You know? He said, well, when I was working to become a world champion, like pardon me if I get the story a little wrong, but the message will still send. When I was
Okay.
trained to get a world become a world champion, he quite often had problems where he would go to a competition but his coach couldn't make it. So he'd have to go up to random people and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so, do you mind coaching me? Because you need a coach at your thing.
okay.
You need if not only like because like if not only to help you succeed, the rules dictate that you need a coach,
Mm.
right? So like you're going like, hey, my name is so and so. I need assistant coach. I need I don't know you. Da 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 da. And so you fight, not fight. And what he decided to do, what he wouldn't want to do was like get black belts, people athletes would be going with him that could also coach him, right? So he tried like reaching out to friends, whatever, and like that worked for a while, but it didn't really stick. So he decided to build a school to grow black belts that would eventually be able to coach him when he was making his Olympic run. What? Do you understand how specific that goal is?
Yeah.
He wants to get to the Olympics. Problem. My coach, I don't have a coach that's consistent enough to help me. Solution. Get coaches. So, actual practical solution, grow them.
Wow.
And it's been 2 years. He has a school and I'm his first black belt.
Yeah.
You're gonna coach your coach.
Yeah, one of the things he wants me to do is get a coaching license so that when he's ready to go make his Olympic run, I could be there and coach him.
That
I
is
like-
wild.
That is no, but that's
is called living
incredible.
by
But that's
purpose and
how it
intention.
works.
That's how it's supposed
That's
to be.
not an accident.
Yeah.
He didn't stumble upon a school, right? He didn't just realize, oh, I can do this.
But he had to hear that calling, like
He didn't hear-
school.
No, he didn't hear that
Let me
calling.
give you
He
hold
went.
on. Let me give you a piece of advice that has helped a lot of people. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I feel like my story was communicated.
Nah, that was I really like that story.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah,
That's powerful.
It really
No,
is. It really
no,
is.
the man has it. The man has it.
That's real cool. Swear to God. Anyway, boom. It's real funny because even as anyway, forget. Yeah. So what I was saying is, a lot of people come up to me and they ask me, I don't know what I want to do in my life.
Don, can you help
Oh,
me?
yeah.
What can I do to help?
Bro, that
So
They're
this
asking
is
you this.
yes,
Yeah,
they
many
ask
people do
me
that.
a lot.
a lot. I don't know.
You're like oh.
No, he's a celebrity.
I don't know.
Yeah, people are clearly looking
After
up
I'm
to
just
you,
like,
but coming
I'm not
to you,
Jesus,
right?
I may be salvation, but I'm not Jesus.
Yeah.
Literally, quite after a while, I may be
Hey,
salvation.
there's a celebrity, so they constantly come.
Yeah,
with
people have to be
family
looking
and
up to you to
questions,
go
and
come
it's
to you and be like, what to do with my life? That's all.
Alright, yeah. Well, it's anyway. That's not easy topic.
It'd be like that sometimes. Living in stardom.
Anyway, so basically this is the advice, and I got it across it's a compilation of books. I can't remember which one it was exactly. It was
You could fact check it.
books, yeah. Basically, it's a formula the book gave us, and the formula is: you write down 10 things you're good at, that you think nobody, you're just naturally good at, right? And you write down 10 things that you would do for free forever. And you sit down with somebody you trust, or you could do it by yourself, and you start cancelling out.
Hashtag trust nobody. Go ahead.
Probably trust nobody. Anyway, you have to do it with yourself. And when you get to the last two, try to find a field that merges both of them, and it gives you some level of direction.
Yeah.
So you're mixing your talent, and you're mixing something you love.
Yeah.
And that gives you
could
some
you
level of
could you
direction.
like break that down in the sense of, okay, things you could do, for example, draw, or for example, guide, like, okay, give like some practical.
No, those are it.
That's
Like, no, I know. Okay, say other things that I didn't say.
All right. So for example,
Sure.
if you are into sports, you like sports, but you're also into what's a random? Give me something random. Cause you put money spot, it kind of hard to just come.
So I
up
think
with
what you're saying is like so something I would do for free for the rest of my life: play football.
play football.
Something I'm really good at: running.
Football running.
You know.
All right. Yeah.
Something-
Hold on.
Or you could go something I'm really good at: convincing people of things.
So
Right?
what you
No, that's
literally
what
need to do.
What I'm saying, why I ask that is because, like, a lot of times I would listen to a podcast and they would talk about believe in yourself, sit down and write like things that are good, but at the same time, like I'm
It's
still
ambiguous.
Yes, it's ambiguous. So like, give it some practical.
Okay,
people
yeah,
who
things-
listen who may not actually have that.
So, okay, so
I
there are
agree.
lots of skills. There's lots of skills. Salvation is a skill of he doesn't have a lot of shame, right? Salvation can talk to anybody, anytime, in any setting. He can just do it. That is such a powerful skill.
It is.
That's an ability that would cripple more people than you could begin to imagine. So that's a thing you're naturally good at. You could write down. That's the thing you can. That's the thing you can write down.
Yeah.
I am confident in my ability. I am confident in who I am. Like, I can talk to anybody anywhere, right? Like, that's the thing. I can talk to anybody anywhere. That if you wanted to be like a door-to-door salesman, that's perfect, right? Not saying that's the only way that's applicable. But like, that's a skill you have.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things you could write down.
Yeah.
Another thing you could write down is, you're very good at music. I am very musically inclined, right? And so that's 20 things you could put down on the left of like things I am naturally good at. And on the right, you could write down things I would do forever for free.
Yeah.
Lastly, like, what would I do forever for the rest of my life
What
for
do
free?
you
Like I would do
See-
it like. No, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could even some people, so when I presented people say partying, you could actually say partying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
in this day and age, you could make a living.
Don't like the
Or-
idea that this day and age you could have been a party at any time.
You're right. That's just the cliche term.
Right.
Cliche term. But you understand what I'm trying to say. So if you like to do that, I wouldn't encourage anybody into that. But if you like to do
Why
that,
not doing parties? It's a waste of the time.
that's a different discussion that we could have after I'm finished with this point.
Wow, that's disgusting, huh?
We could have after this. Yeah. So you could literally write that down and merge that with, let me say, your point of you like to talking to people, and you could find a career that literally encompasses those both.
And
Both of that.
honestly, it's unlikely that somebody will do it for you. Possible, but you need to do it for yourself.
You need to do
Right.
feel yes.
You can generally ask me, hey, what do you think I'm good at? And somebody
You
will say,
can do it
"Look."
for yourself.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. You can just go and ask people
Just
like,
watching real eyes on me, you know. So like,
No,
Yeah,
well,
you
yeah.
can.
So I find that helps a lot.
that's actually powerful stuff. I like that. Taking that.
And what helps again, you need to write down. Like people
Yeah.
take for granted writing things down.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, real.
you
I
just-
myself, like I know how powerful it is, and I just don't do it.
Yeah, and
I just do
laziness.
It's like, yeah, real.
Laziness.
I don't subscribe to laziness. I don't laziness is a myth.
do that.
Laziness is on
Laziness is very real, bro.
I-
It's entertaining,
Yeah, I
bro.
can't
Lazy.
see. I can't see that. I can't see.
Literally disagree. Not a hot take. Like this is
Not a hot take.
I genuinely believe it's laziness. In it. I think laziness rather is a shorthand for invisible barriers that we see to achieving a goal. Let me make it clear. So it might no. I don't like to think anybody's lazy, because to be lazy, it means that you don't want to do the things you want to do, which is in itself dumb.
I
So
see
let
where
me
you're
be
coming from.
clear.
This is
So-
nice. This is
So let me be
interesting.
clear. So like everybody wants to like make more. No, not everybody. People want to be comfortable, right?
Okay.
Do you think people are intentionally not being comfortable? No, right? There are things.
What's the definition of lazy? Somebody. Yeah.
Fact, yeah, no, do the thing, do the thing, do the
Yeah.
thing. Salvation.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
laptop is dead.
Oh my god.
Did you have there's an outlet right there? Specifically asked, there's an outlet right there.
Jesus
No, I'm
Christ.
lazy.
That's quality content, bro. I can't fight you.
Honestly, my point just falling apart.
Yeah.
That's it.
I want to hear like what's your explanation? Then?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah,
you think
The quality of being unwilling to work or use energy.
Yeah, so that's
Right?
what it is.
Right. So I don't think people are unwilling to work. I don't mean that. There are jobs people don't like to do. You don't like to do construction, right? You're unwilling to do construction, but you will do music for the rest of your life. You will work at that. Like you will do it.
Yeah.
So you have a barrier to doing construction that somebody who's doing construction and likes construction and sees it as the ease of earning money sees it as you being lazy. So if I say, so like I'm a man, I have a construction business. I said, dog, Brian, you're not working nowhere. Come on, you want money? Come and work for me. Construction thing. And you're like, no, dog.
I feel like.
And wait, hold on. Let me get here. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
Are you lazy for not wanting to do construction work? No.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I need to say something
Yeah?
about this, right? I feel like what you're saying is not invalid. You're
Mhm.
saying very valid and very actual like points, right?
Yeah.
However, I feel like there's a separate discussion between you want like my parents wanting me to
Mhm.
study versus
Yeah.
me wanting me to do music, right? Like even in me, what I wanna do, I know I want to do music, but I don't apply myself
Right.
in what I'm doing. That
Hey.
is laziness in
No,
itself,
well, no. So
Is
no, I wouldn't say that's laziness.
right?
I would say maybe you're lacking a work ethic,
Right?
right? I mean, you may not have applied yourself
Right.
to employ a work ethic. But I don't think you are lazy. I wouldn't say that.
I say
And
that
would
to say that because like I feel like there's a difference between me wanting to do something and physically being unable. When I say physical, I don't
Yeah.
mean like physically my body,
Yeah.
but like practically not being unable.
Yeah.
Versus me literally having all the tools, all the resources at my
Yeah, yeah.
disposal and not applying myself.
Yeah. So sometimes, right. So sometimes
Right. Those really
physically
distinctions.
all the tools are present, right? Like okay, I think, for instance, guys, I love to train. Love it. My
we
favorite
know,
thing.
we know.
No, but you know
We
this.
know.
Do you all know it's hard for me to get out of my bed to train?
I didn't know
Ju-
that.
yeah,
I actually thought you loved it.
It's no, I do, but I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It is where I go and I get my spirit back. Like I'm alive when I train, right? I don't even care to compete really. I love to train, and competition is an opportunity for me to show, hey, I have been training, right? Like I just
Right.
like to train, but in my house, on my bed, that's where the darkness is.
Yeah, you said
No
that
joke,
yesterday.
no
You
joke.
said
That is where the
ideas
darkness
die.
That is where ideas and productivity go to die.
Once
My
you go in your-
bed is my barrier to achieving my desires. And I am not lazy. I am not a lazy man. Do you think I'm
Yeah,
lazy?
but like
I'm
It's like you're
so that
describing it in
people-
other
no,
words.
but I mean this. So what you will see. So what it will look like, right? What it will look like
It's
to
like-
somebody who comes and is like, dog, don't you have training? Why are you just lounging around the bed? Like, this man are lazy. My little sister literally calls me lazy.
okay.
Like she sees me on my bed and it's like she calls me lazy.
Right.
So
what
what
do
do
you
you think
call
it
it?
actually
Huh?
is? Yeah. What?
No,
what would
right.
you
So
call-
so honestly, problem is that when I'm in my room, in my bed, there's not a space that I associate with work. There's not a space I associate with doing anything. I just want to sleep. I just want to all of a sudden all the thoughts that I have that allow me to be productive and do things. This is where they end, right? And this is the barrier to success. If I for instance, because there's a time I was doing this when I was really like working hard at achieving certain goals, I would not sleep on my bed. I would pull a pillow and sleep on the floor. Because my bed is where ideas went to die. It's where they went to die. So it's not that I was lazy all of a sudden. It's that this is a place, this is a thing that is preventing you from achieving that goal. And if you don't see that, right? Like if you don't find that thing that is stopping you from working to achieve the thing you want to achieve, you will look lazy and you will call yourself lazy and you'll feel terrible. Because I could easily have just been like, dog, why am I not training just so...
Okay, but would you say it's the bed's fault?
Of course not the bed's fault.
It's a brain thing.
It's not Tempur-Pedic's
Exactly.
fault. No, and it's not my fault in that like I am not like as long as I don't want to do the work, but there's some interaction happening here
Yeah.
that is making it difficult for me to achieve my goal, and I need to source in my brain what that interaction is, and maybe you want me to lie down my bed and do that. No, that's ridiculous. I have to leave the bed. Right?
Yeah,
I think lots of people have lots of those barriers to achieving their goal that they don't understand. It could be something as simple as your parents don't support you in your goal. You want to do this thing, you want it so bad. By the time you come home, Brian, when you go and get a real job, and you're going on salvation, you ain't fed up. You ain't fed up, man, come on, do. And it's like, some people that motivates them, some people doesn't faze them. But some people, it really pulls them back because what they need is that support system, somebody that tells them, hey, you get that thing, you could do it, you could do it. And that's all some people need. I don't think people are lazy. I think you need to find the thing that's preventing them from achieving the goal they want to achieve.
I have a very funny story about that, right?
I like how you break
So,
that down.
yeah.
As you all know, I'm having
Not
an
a hot
Afrobeats party, right?
Correct, a documentary.
And a documentary, right? So, literally, this is something that I sat down from like from October to like December planning.
Incredible, Doc.
Right?
Incredible.
So, the thing is, like, I sat down there planning. January hit, went to Tobago, best 10 days of my life this year so far. Opening the just being in that space of just a lot of like introspective kind of cleansing, I would call it. Spend time with my friends, spend time by myself, spend time with people I haven't seen in a while, spend time with friends again. And give me like different experiences, right? I came back to Trinidad fired up. Yes, it's January the 11th.
Yeah.
We go and get his bread.
Yeah.
January the 19th, 20th. Yeah, we go and get his bread.
Alright.
January 22nd, 25th, we go and get his bread. Eventually, I was stuck in, we go and get his bread, right?
Not getting the bread.
Right. A day I went, literally, my biggest fear is that I stick in this loop of, I've had ideas for years that I've never acted on. That was one of my biggest fears, that I get stuck in this loop of just having ideas and never executing them, right?
Okay, so full of motivation. No, I'm just trying to be clear. Full of motivation, but not action. Is that what's been happening for the whole of January?
I plan and stuff, everything, this is what I want to do, but I just never really executed it.
Okay, just make it clear.
Logged in on Twitter, literally, the first tweet I see, you all ever had one of those friends and thing who were in high school, you all had real ideas, but that was it, you all just had real ideas. 5 years later, they still have ideas. And I was like, bro, this tweet just dragged me on my neck, through South Key, and threw me in freaking Woodford Square, took me back to, he just dragged me through town. Yeah. And I literally saw that tweet, and I
Those are places in Trinidad, guys.
I felt uncomfortable in my spirit that moment.
Yeah.
And I literally said, nah, pick up my phone, call venues, write it. So I call venues. They said, alright, here you see now, you're gonna come in. Yeah, I'm coming in today. Same day I went and see venues. That's when I realized that places that I had in my mind that I want to do this thing at.
Yeah.
The reception was horrible.
Yeah.
They left me unseen. Faked a voice note. A voicemail, I mean.
Funny.
Faked a voice note. Yeah. This is I'm hearing the live background noise. I'm hearing live noise in the background. They faked a voice note. Because I called back and I got a totally different voice note.
Yeah.
Voicemail.
Wow.
Voicemail.
That's real funny. That's a funny story to tell.
Yeah, literally they faked. And I went and they were telling me, well, here this scene now. We have our, this is like January, like late January, 20-something January, right? We have our artists that we give preference for carnival season, which is early March. So until after season, we can't really entertain. No, what I'm doing is in June, not like in June. They were like, no, well, you could come back after carnival. Correct. I am not doing this June carnival. I'm trying to do this in June. But the reception showed me that, okay, as much as I have this idea around this space, this is not exactly
right.
Where, like, eventually I went to a place where I never even thought existed, and I was like, yo, this is where I want to have my event, right? And I say that to say this, right? What you were talking about, like, mentally in your mind, like how you be in your room, and there's a difference between on your bed and on the ground with a pillow. And like that little
change.
I don't know how to articulate it, but like there's not much of a difference, but at the same time there's a world of a difference.
A distinction with a minor difference.
Yes, that. So, and I say that to say this, right? Okay, what was I gonna say?
Take your time.
Right, back to what I was trying to say, right? How like sometimes you just need, when you're saying like one person to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need that spark.
Yeah.
It could come from a person, from a thing. It could come from nothing.
That spark is trouble.
That spark, you just need trauma. You just need that spark. For me, was the trauma was like you all had those. That made me uncomfortable.
No, but and that's what I mean. I don't think that he wasn't lazy for the whole of January, right?
I wasn't.
He just didn't have a person to say, "Hey, Salvation, did you ever call that place?" And he goes, "Yikes!" And he goes, "Yikes!"
Literally,
right? And so I don't think people are lazy. So when you call. To me, lazy is a shorthand, and I find myself using it all the time. Like, I will still, and I believe this for at least for months now,
all my life.
and I still use the word from time to time. And every time I catch myself saying it out loud, I have to go. I'm doing something wrong here.
Yeah.
Something is wrong here. And like that's a lot of things you'll see with like teenagers, like teenagers. You'll see teenagers doing it, or like teenagers are called lazy all the
You
time.
need to write this down.
We have
Yeah,
a
no,
podcast
no,
now, so-
yeah.
we have a podcast
I
now,
was
so-
actually thinking, like, I have to go back and watch this, you know.
No,
Yeah.
no. This honestly, what you just said, it just open up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, what did you just do? You just open a whole portal ever, man. Like, yo.
Yeah, I genuinely
I don't believe in my belief in laziness as a
Yeah.
word has been shifted by this
Correct.
conversation.
This is
Correct.
bad. The FBI.
I'm
is watching.
definitely not the first person to think that. Like they're definitely.
Okay, but here's what I was thinking, right? This
Yeah.
still took, like, you still have to make the decision. I'm not gonna sleep on the bed. I'm gonna take.
No,
my
correct,
pillow.
no,
No,
correct.
that's
You
the
will,
thing,
you
yeah.
will always
It's
need to make a
easy.
decision. Decision is yours to make.
But like some people, lazy people,
Mm-hmm.
might not even make it that far.
Yeah, no, they may not because again, you need to figure out like why. What is up? Because yeah, okay, so gonna go back to relationships, right? This man is, huh? Yeah, now we need to press soon.
Oh,
We have like
shit.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
What? That's the time?
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I think we'll end it right here.
No. You have to finish that last.
So he thought it was like, okay, so you'll tell somebody like, dog, he's all like, she's obviously cheating on you, bro. Like, dog, leave
Well,
that
no,
kid.
you go to bed.
No,
You
like,
said
don't-
somebody
just
was
trust-
in
trust- trust-
relationships. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so like, hey, like, this place is clearly not for you, and they'll say, yeah, you're right, I understand, and they won't leave. It's like, are they dumb? No, they're not dumb. Right? They're emotionally attached to this situation and a dream they had, and it's very difficult for them to decide all of a sudden to change that dream, to make that decision. The decision is always yours to make, but you need to understand it, not just know it. You need to understand it. You need to believe it. Listen to any Meek Mill intro. You need to believe it, right? It's not that simple. I'll just like
This is supposed to come in Joe Budden with your flicking laptop, bro, and Bonnie flicking Meek Mill.
yeah,
And
really.
he really flick
Honestly,
bing,
honestly,
bing, 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 bing,
I think
bing,
it's
bing,
is
bing.
it
Oh my.
is it wins and losses? It's definitely wins and losses though.
Yes.
That's my favorite Meek Mill intro. Begins with
This- oh my
begins
God, it's
with
so hard.
a monologue from some guy telling you you need
Eric Thomas.
Eric.
What? You
I mean, no, you get muted on Twitch, but like, dog, it's so tough. It's so the whole intro beginning of it is saying, listen, you need to believe in the dream when you can't see it, when you
see the
can't
dream.
feel
You
it,
gotta
when
eat
nobody's
the
gonna.
dream.
It's yours, like it's yours, like it's yours. So like a lazy person is a person who may not, they know the decision that needs to be made. But this environment may not be pushing them. They may not understand the decision that needs to be made. They may not
Basically,
see the thing.
Bro, accountability is extremely important.
Bam as well.
Sometimes this will open up a whole next thing, but anyway, let's leave it at that. What
Yeah.
you said is correct.
Time to
I would just add accountability.
No, we need to go. It's all about- No, listen. We are all here and alive, and we'll probably be alive next week.
Oh, yeah.
Because I my intention is not to die soon.
Wow.
unlike the rest
I
of
have to
y'all.
when you feel in the morning.
No, correct. I thought you'd stop answering from work.
Yeah, but I still have to report to work.
I get you.
Alright, so
Good night, guys. It was a
Thanks, guys.
beautiful experience. Thank you all for listening to us ramble, and you've helped
See
us
you.
put our lives on track. And I hope that maybe we inspire some thought in you as well.
And also, like, you know, grow with us in the sense of we with podcasts. What I realized, like, I follow podcasts, a lot of podcasts from the beginning, right? And most people, especially when they like add on or remove casts and so on, it takes it's a process of again acclimatized. So give it time. Very soon, you're gonna be natural. You're gonna be like A Will and me with the dogs, even though you're across the screen.
So I think we did really well. Like we didn't have like
Can we leave?
we didn't have a second. Alright, later.
later guys. That was